sport. The summertime is over, so let's head down to the court. Time for the tip-off. Give me fast breaks on the attack. Will you shoot a three or take it to the rack? Basketball is back, Jack. It's a dream shake down in the post, or a killer cross you love the most. When the offense tries to run and gun, is it man-to-man or box and one? It's big plays and talking smack. That's how you know that basketball is back, Jack. Let me hear you say basketball, basketball, basketball. Basketball is back, Jack. 360 dunks and pick and roll. And we're gonna watch it every day till they raise the Larry O. Hard fouls and hook shots. A dagger three and hack a shack. If you say this game's the best, I'll say's a gag. Basketball is back, Jack. Basketball is back, Jack. Basketball is back. Basketball is back, Jack.
Where's Greg Cody? Where's Greg? I mean, he does a little bit of kicking yesterday. I know he went bowling last night. Where's Greg? Chris, where's your father?
I got a text this morning that not feeling it today. In pain.
What does that mean?
Yeah, not feeling what?
He's in pain. He said his body hurts.
So is he just laying down at home then? Is that what happens?
Possibly.
Because we're not asking him to come in and lay brick. I mean, just sit here and talk.
Ayo, respectfully.
Over, under, beers to shots on goal. 13 shots on goal.
Dead even.
Wow, that is something, huh? He's got enough energy last night to go and to roll. Okay, everybody knows you don't roll in shots.
You played well, yeah.
He did bowl well. Yes.
What do you bowl? What's well?
For him in the mid.
And don't give me this handicap bullshit. I don't even know how that works. I gotta be honest with you.
150 is a good score for my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, 130 is where he is probably his average. So he likes a 150, 160.
Yeah.
He bowled well last night. Not great, but not terrible.
What about you? What's an average score? You show up to the lanes, you roll right now. What should you get?
Clearly better than my dad by a little bit. I'm like in the high 170s.
Clearly by a little bit?
I'm better than my dad.
Okay.
As you can tell from me, I also had a long night, but I'm here.
Okay.
You sound like it.
I come here, man.
It sounds like it.
Well, that's just,
Are you sick? You battling through something? That was just last night? What's in your chest?
This is just how I sound.
I had a devastating bout with the sniffles.
Would have killed
still
Jeremy.
Recovering. It would have killed Jeremy.
When do you get the notice from your father?
I got a text this morning, not feeling good today.
All right.
Yeah.
None of us feel good today. Everybody
our body,
feels bad
but
today.
we tell our bodies not today.
Yeah, when's the last time you woke up like, I feel good?
Ooh.
I haven't had a morning like that in a really long time.
Yeah,
I feel good.
That's not surprising. It happens occasionally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, like the day after basketball. I get I'm not sore anymore. I've worked all those muscles out.
But do you ever wake up in the morning?
I got some cardio in, sweated all the poison out.
But do you ever wake up in the morning like, man, I feel refreshed?
Yeah. Sometimes, occasionally. You should try exercise, brother.
I never feel that way.
Or exercise.
How do you know I don't exercise?
Look at you.
All right. Fair answer. Fair answer. Last night, for the first time in a week, right? Because today's Thursday and a week ago it came out. For the first time in a week, I was not thinking about the Odyssey because I watched He-Man last night.
Halfway through it. Halfway through it.
What do you mean halfway through it?
I started watching it with my daughter. There's bedtime.
Oh, it's so. Why didn't you continue?
I don't want to push bedtime.
No, but continue on your own.
Because I'm watching it with my daughter.
Oh,
That's a very rude thing to do.
Like
it's a shared
she'll
thing.
know that you went
Excuse
and watched
me.
it.
All right, look, you got a weird dynamic with your kids. I don't want to comment on it. That's your family.
I don't know what
But
that
this
means.
is a shared experience that I want to have with my daughter because I grew up watching He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. My first pet's name was She-Ra. I love the Masters of the Universe, and I'm enjoying experiencing.
Are you
this with
enjoying
her.
the movie?
Yeah, so far so
Oh,
good.
it's so good.
Skeletor, I think, is the best part.
Unbelievably, Jared Leto does not ruin the movie because he ruins movies.
Well, that's because
he's poison.
There's only a handful of times that you can pick up on, like, oh yeah, I guess that's Jared Leto.
Yeah, he's great in it.
If that's him,
I think it's him.
it's like an AI model. It's
Yeah.
weird. Like they could have gotten anybody to do it.
My son was asking me because we watched it again last night. Skeletor, is he in gear or is that his actual body? Like his body's blue. It's a good question my son asked.
It is, and Masters.
I think
of the
it's his
Universe,
body.
Masters of the Universe doesn't seem what I'm enjoying so much about it is it doesn't seem like it wants to explain things all that much. Like his name is Fisto. He's got a big fist. You know. It doesn't really want to get bogged down into the lore of it. It's just weird. Enjoy.
I loved it. And so in the middle of the movie, all right, it's the second time I've seen it. I've been waiting for it to come out on streaming because I loved it so much. It was as fun as I had in a movie theater in so long.
I think there's one dialogue exchange which is like, "What's his problem?" And they're like, "He's got a skeleton for a face."
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. He's bad.
Right. Yeah. Well, and that made sense. So, why is he so bad? He has a skeleton.
Yeah, he has
for
a
face.
skeleton for a face that
Yeah.
makes him bad.
Well,
Yeah,
explains
I'm like,
it.
this is perfect. This is actually perfect for a 6-year-old daughter.
Most fun you've had at a movie theater. I feel like even if I'm enjoying a movie, I'm not having fun in a movie theater.
there's
I'm just
been-
sitting
Really?
there.
Oh, I've
Dude,
had some
I'm
fun
just
at the movie
sitting
theater.
there eating
I've had-
popcorn.
Zaz, you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
What?
I've had some fun at the movie theater.
Talking about an HJ?
Baby.
It seems like you're talking
Zaz
about
knows
an
what I'm
HJ.
talking
I
about.
do know.
Seems like you're
Yeah,
talking about
because
an
I
HJ.
made a revelation yesterday is what Tony's talking about. Because who was it was asking about Harry Potter movies, right?
It was me. I said I had never seen one ever.
Yeah, and I've technically never seen a Harry Potter movie either, except one time I was in the theater when Harry Potter was playing on the screen. It's because this is years ago when I was a camp counselor, and my wife was also, she wasn't my wife then. That'd be weird if as husband and wife were camp counselors. That would make us huge losers. But anyway, I kid, Jeremy. I kid. I'm talking about day camp here, all right? Like every day over the summer.
Yeah, I get it.
Come on.
Every Jewish kid goes to one.
And we were counselors, and so we were in the theater for Harry Potter, but I didn't see a second of it because we were making out.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Necking.
That's what I was talking about. That's right. Anyway, what was I saying? So I was really enjoying He-Man last night, and in the middle of the movie, I not that I didn't really know this, but it just dawned on me again. I just want to do things that I love. I just want to do things that make me feel good, and that's why I'm so into this movie. That's why I had so much fun at the theater watching He-Man, because it reminds me of my childhood, and I love nostalgia. I'm a huge sucker for nostalgia. And it just boils down to, at this point in my life, and it really is a liberating feeling, at this point in my life, I just choose to do things that make me feel good. That's it. I'm not embarrassed about what I like. I'm not embarrassed about doing anything. Wasn't that long ago, I would never admit to anyone that I liked wrestling. I mean, if you grew up in the 80s and then into the 90s like me, you didn't tell anyone you liked wrestling. That was a dirty secret.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You guys didn't have conventions or people that you got with? You're like, yo, did you see whatever?
When did that flip? Like when did it become fine to admit
Well, and that's why if you find someone, and still kind of like this today, if you find someone who likes pro wrestling, you want to talk about wrestling with them because you don't normally have that. So, well, you like the weird thing that I like too. Let's talk about it, okay? When I got to a point in my life not too long ago where I'm comfortable enough at my age that I'm going to do things that give me joy. That's when I stopped caring about anyone knowing any weird thing that I might like.
So how did you find out that Mike was a wrestling guy? Or did he find out first that you were a wrestling guy? Because you guys are both big wrestling guys. And back in the day, like you said, it was very shameful. So how did you guys find each other?
Recent thing, because I've known Zaz for 20 plus years, and in the beginning I didn't know he was a wrestling guy.
Yeah, because you
we
don't
were
just
both-
outwardly tell people.
Yeah, we
you
were
don't
both
wear
closeted.
wrestling shirts out in public.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing his Roman Reigns shirts back
I
then.
would never have done that. I would
So-
never have worn
So
a wrestling shirt.
how'd you find out?
I don't know. You just hear. I don't know. It could be any. maybe this show had a wrestler on one, because this show used to have wrestlers on all the time.
Yeah, when Zaz wasn't a part of our show, he would ask me like, "Is there any interest in DraftKings potentially doing a wrestling show?" And he still sends me that text every other week.
Yeah,
But
I'm trying to push that through.
I think that's how I found out.
I'm trying to push that through. No, but I got to a point, Chris, in my life, and I don't know how long ago it was, but I'm comfortable with myself, man, and I don't care that people know the things that I like, as long as they're legal.
Love that.
Yeah. And so this brings me to, He-Man last night. I was like, yeah, I love this because I just want to do things. It's why I take my son. We're going in a week and a half. We're going up to Minnesota to go see SummerSlam. And it's a lot of money, yeah, but like, I want to do things that make me feel good. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, have you tried sex?
Yeah, sex is great, man. But you can't have it all the time.
He said the kid, too, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
I have a top 5.
Things that you do that make you feel good?
No, top 5 most fun experiences I've had at a movie theater.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Where you're like, wow, I'm having fun.
Well, we're watching it with a group of people made me enjoy it that much more. Like, this was just a hot crowd. And when I think back to that movie, I'm like, man, that experience in that theater, that's the magic of the movies. Number 5, Twisters.
That's a surprisingly good movie.
Dude, when Glenn Powell showed up in that white T-shirt, I've never heard ladies in a crowd react that way. I was the loudest among them. Yeah. But, like, he got a loud-ass pop. And that scene in the rain, it was a 4DX experience. I was dressed as a cow. I just loved it.
You thought he was a bad guy,
Yeah.
but he's actually a good guy.
The bad guy was actually Superman.
That's right.
It was crazy, but yeah, I was dressed as a cow. The AC wasn't working great, so I was a little sweaty. And I was getting
That's
sprayed
how they
in the
planned
face.
it.
It was one of my first 4DX experiences, and I just really, really loved it. Number 4, Mission Impossible, Fallout.
Okay, you know my problem with the Mission Impossible movies. I don't know which is which.
Well, Fallout's the best movie ever made, so it's that one.
Better than Dead Reckoning?
Fallout's the best movie ever made.
Dead Reckoning Part 2?
No,
Fallout's the
number
greatest
1.
action movie ever made. Fallout.
Is that the one where Henry Cavill loads up his fists?
Yes, that's the one. And it's
Well, the
one
greatest
where,
fight scene of all time.
Yeah, and it's the one where Ethan gets disavowed by his government.
I love that one.
Ah, yes, that one.
And he saves the world with just mere seconds to spare.
Yes.
Yeah, like we're all
Like he's on a cliff
Have
and
you-
the world's about to end.
When you roll out of bed, thank Ethan Hunt. Yeah. Just saying. Number 3, this may not be on other people's list, but we did a show event for Tropic Thunder.
Oh, that was mine.
And the crowd was so hot, and
That
to
movie's
watch
incredible.
a comedy in which everybody was just that ready to laugh, it was like going to see a great comedian that was just absolutely slaying. Tropic Thunder, the show watch along that we had for it, killed. Number 2, and I imagine this is universally on everybody's top 5, Avengers Endgame. Yeah, when the Avengers assemble. And you start they start coming out of those portals.
Cap
and,
on your left.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Or when he grabs the
When he grabs Thor's hammer. Talk about an HJ.
Hey, yo.
And number 1, this one's gonna be super surprising. Get Out.
Really?
I saw it at Regal Kendall Village. And like I'm not exactly it was the first of these Jordan Peele movies, and people didn't really know what to expect. They were in on the concept. Packed theater, Friday night, prime time.
good movie.
Everybody on the edge of their seat. The crowd reaction to that was just so memorable for me. It was such a great film. And when I think back to that film, I've rewatched it, and it just pales in comparison to that first experience that I had. It was such a great film. The crowd was just reacting to everything that was on the screen. So that was my number 1.
I remember I was as nervous as I've ever been watching a movie leading up to that final scene, because I was certain he was about to get arrested. He was going to get arrested, and it was going to end like in such a poor way for him. And matter of fact, I don't know if you guys have seen it. There is that alternate ending. That ending was shot where he gets arrested. It's a real police officer, not his friend, who shows up. And obviously it looks like he just, hurt this girl, this white girl, and it shows him going to prison. That alternate ending would have been, I was nervous watching that police car pull up. It's like, oh my God, this movie's going to be ruined now. But instead it's a really fun ending. Anyway, there you go. Everyone was happy.
I came up with the top 5 things I do to make me feel good that at one time could have
All
been
right, come
embarrassing.
on.
OLI. A little workout in the morning. Also, OLI. Doesn't have to be embarrassing. Just things to do to make you feel good. Going to the movies by myself.
I haven't done it in a long
love
time, but I like going to the movies by myself. I like that.
It's the greatest. Number 5, HJ. Number 4, watching Love Island UK. Number 3, sometimes. Number 3,
Almost exclusively.
getting a mani-pedi. Love a little manicure pedicure combo.
I don't know,
It's a
man.
good one.
I've never had either one of
You
those.
go, it's a great feeling.
I don't know.
Number 2 is Christmas. And number 1, watching Glee. Even listening to the soundtrack. Ooh,
All right, that list
stuff.
is exclusive to you. So
You go lefty?
it's like getting a little strange. So anyway, can I tell you something that's like I'm a little bit annoyed now. I'm not annoyed that LeBron has not chosen his team yet. I mean, I guess I can understand why people are annoyed. Me in particular, I'm not annoyed. I'm more so like I want him to choose where he's going because it feels so unbelievable to me that he could actually wind up choosing the Heat. That we could have that feeling once again, not quite like 16 years ago, but it'd be a little bit similar. It'd be really similar if he winds up choosing the Heat again. And so
Especially with his build-ups, as this build-up is making it seem that much bigger. If he did it early on, it would have probably gotten buried by other stuff. But this is, I mean, we're being edged right now by the King.
well, and it's adding to Giannis. Like if we didn't get Giannis and then they get LeBron, it's not even remotely the same as if you're adding LeBron to a team that already has Giannis. So like I want to know where LeBron's going because just that reality to possibly set in that, oh my God, it just happened again. Like it was crazy enough that it happened in 2010, but this might happen again.
It's made us feel things again. Now, if he doesn't pick Miami, I get to hate him again, too. He's been living his life in his existence, and I haven't worked up that kind of emotion. All that went when he shut everybody up, came back from 3-1 down. But now, if I'm being edged like this, and he ends up going to Philly, I mean, come on. Hate's on.
I'm going to root so hard against him.
If we get him, he's still got stuff in the tank. If we don't get him, he's cooked.
Yeah, like if we don't get him, I'm rooting for him to totally flop this year, wherever he goes.
So we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ball's in your court, King.
Yeah. But something that is annoying me is this. So it is odd. There's a couple things that are odd as far as the way the media is handling this right now. And we talked about it yesterday where you have media seemingly out of nowhere are now talking about how the best fit is Miami. Miami's a great fit, basketball-wise, lifestyle-wise, all of it. They actually can offer more money, almost double what every other team can offer. Miami is the best option. It's like, how did it come out of nowhere? Nothing has changed. Nick Wright yesterday said how LeBron going to Miami wasn't even on his top 4, and now it's the best option. It's like, what? Nothing has changed. That bothers me. But what also bothers me is this whole idea that why would LeBron choose the Heat when they don't have any shooters? They have no one who can shoot. I don't understand this. Like I saw
We
Colin.
got some white guys, don't we?
Yeah, they got a couple, but I'm not even including.
Hey, Mitchell, he can shoot, right?
But I'm not even including Jovic. Like Jovic is supposed to be a good shooter, but I'm not even including him because he
Pelle.
stunk last year. Pelle's not a good shooter.
What about Fontecchio?
Fontecchio's a good
Yeah, we got
shooter.
some there you go.
If
Tim
you're,
Hardaway
include-
Jr.
if you're
Good
including
shooter.
Fontecchio in this list of good shooters, you don't have good shooters.
Oh, stop.
I just thought I'd tell
Stop.
you guys that.
LeBron's made a bunch of these guys that you're like, who's that? And then like, oh, you can't leave that guy open. Deadly.
Chris, he played in 70 games last year.
Okay.
And he shot 38%.
Yeah, LeBron,
To be fair, Chris wasn't watching.
on this roster, LeBron is lumped into the shooters.
But I saw this tweet from Colin Cowherd yesterday. And oh my God, does he get things wrong? But Colin Cowherd talking about the Heat have lousy shooting and no floor spacing. And so I had to respond. I'm sure he lost sleep over my response. But I had to respond, Wiggins, 41%. Mitchell, 40%. Portis, 46%. Hardaway, 41%. And Fontecchio, the worst of the bunch, 38%, which is still a good percentage, 38%. Yeah. So remind me how the Heat don't have shooters.
And Pelle would get there.
Maybe.
Right. No,
maybe.
I mean, he's white. He'll get there.
Maybe. Well, and playing with Giannis and maybe LeBron probably will help your three-point percentage go up a little bit, maybe a smidge, because you're going to be wide open when you catch the ball.
I think it's that the people who were only following the team tangentially look at Norman Powell or Tyler Hero and say, like, oh, those are the guys who were taking all of their threes. They look at the fact that Pelle Larsson isn't a sniper.
They kind of were.
But all of those guys that you just mentioned are high percentage three-point shooters, and they don't have a random white who makes threes like Duncan Robinson used to.
I like how you're talking. Hand up. I watched some of LeBron in the playoffs, but a lot of those regular season games, too late. Does he still have the gravitational pull when he drives? Does he still have it like that? Because you're talking about him in terms, and again, I haven't watched basketball in like 10 years, but you're talking about him like it's still like the same old LeBron, which would drive the lane, three guys got to collapse, and somebody would be open. We're talking about a dude in his 40s.
Yeah, but also, Mike, defensively, you have to think these guys are on fast twitch muscle. Like, instinct is somebody's driving with the ball. I've got to go help no matter who it is, right? It could be Horace Grant or it could be LeBron James.
And there's also Giannis.
That's my point. You have Giannis and Bam. So, like, you're going to have people collapsing because he can drive the lane and just dump it off to somebody that's going to do work down low that you got to worry about over there. So maybe he doesn't have the gravitational pull like he used to, but the trio certainly does around the cup.
It's also the fact that, like, Bam made a career high in threes last year to a point where by about midway through the year, defenses started to respect the fact that he would even take the three, and half the time, that's all that matters, is just a guy being out there to take the shot, whether it goes in or not. So the fact that you have a big man who can spread the floor in that way, Bobby Portis can do it at a really high percentage, and then you have both Giannis and LeBron, let alone the fact that they'll be running pick and rolls together theoretically to create more open space for shooters. Wiggins did that, and Mitchell did that in an offense that would get very clunky. Like, they played at a fast pace, but to be able to shoot that high of a percentage from three, it's not often that a half-court offense as poor as Miami's is able to have that type of percentages from their players.
You can come out and say that you don't think Miami's a good fit. You could say you think LeBron would be a better fit in Philadelphia or Cleveland or whatever. It's your opinion. Fine. That's totally okay.
Cleveland does have better shooters. I think that was a point that Coward was trying to make.
But you don't get to make up facts, though. Like, to say that the Heat don't have shooters, you're not entitled to make up your own facts. And when you look at the guys that I just told you there, those are not my opinions. Those are facts. Like, those numbers happened last season. And I would assume that those numbers, if you want to say those numbers were career numbers for some of those guys, yeah, you would be right. And I would also then respond with, okay, and now playing with Giannis and LeBron, you're likely going to get more career numbers next year. So it's just like that part has bothered me over the last couple, well, even more than the last couple of days. You don't get to just make up facts that the Heat don't have shooters. All right, they do.
Speak for yourself.
Anyway, Tony, you sat down with Bobby Portis last week. You got him a few minutes before me. All right, fine, you won that.
Thank you.
But you, it seems like you're doing your part.
I've been doing my part to recruit LeBron James to the Miami Heat, more so than what we do here on the show, which is great. I went over and above and asked Bobby Portis who the NBA GOAT was. Here's his answer.
NBA GOAT.
NBA GOAT, LeBron James.
Wow, okay, over Jordan.
Yeah, I'm a Bron fan.
You're a Bron fan? We're kind of similar age. I'm a couple years older than you, but
I'm not going.
You're not going back?
We can argue all day.
But it's LeBron.
Yeah, we can argue all day. I'm arguing.
Does he give that answer a year ago?
That's a great question. I didn't see anybody do that kind of legwork over in Milwaukee. Obviously, we're doing it better here in the Miami media. But the question was, why didn't this go viral on our pages, right? Because it was on ESPN NBA Daily yesterday. It was on all the aggregator sites. And
your podium was on ESPN?
All of a sudden, a former employee texted me, hey, you're on ESPN. And I'm like, really? I was behind Omyel Masuk, who was also interviewing Bobby Portis. He's like, no, you.
Nobody else is tackling this terrain.
No.
You're the guy who used to put the
you had
titles
the guy
on
with
podcasts.
the courage to ask an NBA player, who's the GOAT?
Yeah. Nobody else did it. Do you see your face up there? I don't see Chris up there.
I didn't
see you with the courage,
One
Mike
thing
Pence.
that you can always bet on me if I ever speak to an NBA player is I will never work up the courage to ask that question.
Well, it won't go viral. Sorry.
So you're doing your part here.
I'm doing my part.
Because
Bobby
if you
Portis is
don't
too.
ask him that, then Bobby Portis isn't putting it out there, essentially his recruitment pitch for LeBron.
Exactly right. And
That's a good job.
The talking heads on ESPN were like, he must be recruiting. And we're like, yes, he is recruiting. And we don't have any inside information. All we're doing is trying to send the lifeline out there. Hey, Bron, Bobby thinks you're the GOAT.
This guy learned from the best because 2 years ago, I asked Khalil Ware for his Mount Rushmore of NBA players, and he gave me Wilt, Kobe, Anthony Edwards, and Bam.
I'm so happy he's gone.
Now he's a Buck.
Yeah, so it's just so I don't have to have Jeremy talk us into him anymore.
I wasn't trying to.
Did anyone call you?
Superstars come and go for Khalil Ware.
Did anyone call you after this started to go viral where they wanted you to like maybe come on their show and talk about how you were able to muster up the courage
Not yet.
to ask such a question?
Not yet. My line's open.
All right. Well, that's a good job out of you, though.
Thank you. I'm just doing my part.
Yeah, the way that Bobby like looked to the camera too made me think something was going on. Mm-hmm. Like maybe he knows something, and I had to be careful with his answer.
He must be
okay.
hearing, maybe he's hearing something.
So help explain this to me. We're all waiting for these tea leaves, right? And we saw it a couple days ago. It's very embarrassing, the Miami Heat, where you got the YouTube stream that, for a LeBron James press conference. It's funny, man. I saw yesterday Wilbon going off on PTI. If you think Pat Riley is calling the social media department and telling them that LeBron is coming, you are like, he did kind of make a good point. And so, nonetheless, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that got out and that ESPN is doing an entire segment on it and they're using a full screen. And the Heat wind up looking silly that they made this kind of mistake. And so we're seeing little tea leaves, Easter eggs that we're trying to come up with.
Not all of them are real, though. Not like this is our show is doing a service right now. We are clearing some things out with, prediction markets out there. People are always looking for an edge, and then you have a lot of misinformation spreading. Like yesterday, we got down to the bottom of the job posting. Everyone thought that whoever left that box unchecked got fired immediately because how can you have such a mistake? But that job posting, as our show reported, thanks to an unemployed friend who went for that job weeks ago, that job posting has been out there.
But they did repost it yesterday.
Because there's clearly a need for it.
But it's been out there. So everyone was saying like that person got fired. No, that's not the case. No. And also, Jeremy, there was this Nike shirt that started making the rounds yesterday.
Yeah, so when I'm on Twitter, I glance through things. I don't read everything. Then it'll take up my entire day if I try and read all of Twitter. I don't have enough time. So I glance through things. And so what did I glance at here with the Nike LeBron shirt? Is this a real thing?
So one of the aggregator sites that is trying to have new information said, oh my God, there's a new Heat LeBron shirt out by Nike. It's the Good Intentions brand for LeBron. It's got the 6 on fire. It's his old number. And oh my God, look at this shirt. It's on fire. It's also
burning through the number 23.
Oh my God.
It is.
It's not real fire.
Okay.
Yeah, but the 6 is burning through the number 23.
Oh, and the number 23, it looks like, is that Laker colors, the 23?
I'm not sure. It could be.
It is.
I can't tell. Is that purple?
Yeah. It looks like it might be.
Yeah, so what you have here is a shirt that's on sale for Nike, and everyone's like, oh my God, they did this today. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Now he's going to the Heat. It's not true. It was April when this came out. It was initially posted that going into his 23rd season, LeBron would have a new deal with Nike. There was a colorway that was going to be on its way for
But why
a LeBron
would Nike
sneaker.
make this shirt when he doesn't play for the Heat?
They were going through like all of these different stops of his career. So there was bound to be with this Good Intentions brand another
could that
Cavaliers
be Navy?
thing.
Could that be Navy and not purple?
Yeah, could be.
Because it doesn't make sense unless he's coming to Miami. It doesn't make sense for the 6 to be burning through Laker colors.
Well, what are the dates? Underneath it, those are dates,
like
right? Like, is that a schedule that is listed on that jersey? Those are dates, like how they put concert dates, on the back of the shirt. That's what's going on one of those shirts. By the way, it looks like it's burning through a LeBron James Cleveland jersey. But what are those dates underneath there?
Yeah, I'm looking at them now. So the first is February 18th, 2002, Akron. Then May 22nd, 2003, Akron. There's New York, I believe, for the NBA draft. There's Sacramento for his NBA debut. There's May of 2007 for Detroit. So it's all these big moments over the course of his career. And right there at the top in the middle it's July 8th, 2010, Miami, which is when he obviously chose to come here. So there's all sorts of different important dates, including June 7th, 2012 against Boston.
Okay, so it feels like I think we've gotten to the bottom of this.
But the headline here is that it's an older shirt.
Yep,
It's
yeah,
not
no,
on
new
sale
thing.
since April. It has nothing to do with LeBron's impending decision. And also, there was another piece that got aggregated yesterday about LeBron being angered by Adam Silver, telling him, hey, move this along. We got league partners to worry about. But if you chase that down to the root, it was just some dude on Cleveland workshopping that could be a possibility. It's not an actual report.
Hey,
It all sends.
Draymond said that LeBron, if he knows LeBron, this will make LeBron take even more time.
Right, but that should be attributed to
If
Draymond.
he knows LeBron.
Right, but this came from just some Cleveland talking head, and it got tiled, and it's everywhere as if it were news.
Which one? You think I'm trying to talk to Goldhammer? No.
I want to get out ahead of another one, too, because there's a Miami Heat LeBron James Nike Forever King jersey that's on the Heat store right now.
Right now.
It's out of stock. This is a throwback. It's sort of like a cream-colored Heat jersey. And before everyone goes and starts to take screenshots of this and say, "Oh my God, there's a new LeBron jersey on the Heat store," it's been there since May.
He's also going to wear a new number, so they screwed that up again.
We don't know for sure.
Just getting out ahead of that one.
Chris, we're trying to be detectives. We're trying to help. So we've had enough of your shit this week.
This guy's like that bad sheep and sheep detective that always trying to ruin things.
Yeah.
It's like,
bad
come on,
sheep.
dude.
Cross the street with us. Work up
Exactly
the courage
right.
to
We're
ask
already
someone
on this
who the
side.
goat is.
Put your hooves on the street.
So I saw this theory out there yesterday as well that, hey, what could be the reason that LeBron is taking so long, is taking so long? I saw one theory, which is maybe he doesn't like any of his options. Maybe he doesn't like any of these
They're
teams.
not great. It's not the same as his previous options, whenever he's hit the market before. I
don't agree with that.
They're not. It's not as strong. Dude, this is not a hot take. Can we step out of it for a second? The first time he did this, he's like, should I partner with prime Chris Bosh and prime Dwayne Wade?
Okay.
This is a lot different. A Giannis that has been injured and we're worried about how his game will age. Bam seems to be in the prime of his career. We've always known that Bam needs to be paired with somebody better. That makes perfect sense. But we have a lot of questions about this roster, right? We have it's not the same.
We have not seen them play together. So
and the money, it's not great money pretty much anywhere. There's questions about Philly, all right, let me go play with Joel Embiid. It's not like the decisions that he had before.
Certainly, but I would say the teams that he chose to go to before, it was pairing with Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis had not won anything, had just sort of been around, was always hurt, and it was a Lakers roster that was in disrepair at the time, and they traded all of their young pieces, not dissimilar from the trade for Giannis here, where it was every young piece that they had was out the door to get Anthony Davis and pair with him. And then when he went back to Cleveland, they acquired Kevin Love, but another guy who had yet to win anything, and a young budding star in Kyrie Irving, but a guy who had literally been on the worst teams in basketball.
They also had picks. They had the asset and Andrew Wiggins to
100%.
flip. But you mentioned Anthony Davis, and one thing that might be true is people are trying to figure out.
So that's the other theory I saw.
The reasons why this has been drawn out beyond, LeBron likes the ego stroke at this stage in his career is LeBron is letting teams buy time to acquire Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving, which is interesting at this stage in their careers. They're both guys that you have a ton of question marks about, but that is a working theory.
Yeah, I think that's silly for a couple reasons. Number one, if that is what LeBron is waiting for, is for one of these teams to trade with Washington for Anthony Davis, what are they waiting for? Why hasn't it happened yet? That's number one. And number two, more importantly, Washington is under no obligation to trade Anthony Davis anywhere because LeBron James wants to play with him. If LeBron James wants to play with Anthony Davis, I'm sure the Wizards would say, hey, come play here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll sign you.
Yeah, come play with us. Or if this story is out there and these teams are circling the Wizards to try to get Anthony Davis, you've just inflated a marketplace that probably isn't where it should be for Anthony Davis.
So what are we waiting for? Why isn't the trade happening then? Why isn't it happening? Why aren't these teams then offering everything for Anthony Davis. And they're not, which is why the Wizards, again, under no obligation to give a shit that LeBron wants to play with Anthony Davis. So I don't buy into that theory either. I think it's just about LeBron waiting and waiting and waiting and deciding to do it whenever he wants to do it. Because if you think about it, every time that he's been a free agent, this is the 4th time, right? Every time he has been a free agent, it's gone down differently. In 2010, you had the decision. In 2014, you had the Sports Illustrated cover. In 2018, it's just across the crawl on ESPN. Very simple. And now, what's it going to be in 2026? Oh, it's going to be this long, drawn-out summer with everybody talking about him. Now, how is he going to announce it? I don't know. But this has been different from every other time. It's just about having everybody focus on him. It's just about everybody talking about him and him once again proving he is still the center of attention. That's all it is. That's all it is. Every time he's been a free agent, it's been completely different. He's not waiting on anyone to be traded. He's not waiting on Anthony Davis. Just wants the attention. That's all it boils down to. And then he's going to sign with the Heat.
All right, we're headed toward the MLB trade deadline. The draft just happened. There's baseball happening here in the second half, and we're headed toward a pennant race. So we've got lots to cover on this week's episode of The Pitch Clock. First and foremost, trivia is getting closer and closer and closer in the competition. Chris and I are neck and neck in our race toward the finish. So that's one playoff race that you want to check out. Ethan's got all the trivia for us. But we also have Kylie McDaniel. He is an ESPN insider. He's our expert for the week, and we're going to talk about who the next Connor Griffin is that came from this MLB draft. We've got a few major candidates for the MLB trade deadline, including one that may be headed to Dan's favorite team, the Tampa Bay Rays. Plus, we're going to figure out what the hell's going on with the Boston Red Sox and why all of a sudden they went from one of the worst teams in baseball to one of the best. And I'm going to ask if Dan was crazy when he said that the Brewers are going to beat the Dodgers. So we've got all of that and more on this week's episode of The Pitch Clock. Be sure to watch every single week, 3 p.m. on Thursdays on the Le Batard Show YouTube channel. We have a playlist. I'm done talking now. Pitch Clock. Go watch it.
Coming up this week on Mystery Crate, we are very excited. I'm back from New York. Jess lives in New York. We have 2 New York celebrity watches, one from myself, one from Jess. We talk about my trip, all the food I ate. We talk about movies we're embarrassed to say we've never seen.
Chris has a lot of great stories. We heard the best story of possibly the year.
Oh my God, Rose.
From Rose, though.
There's never been a better story.
There's never been a better reveal. There's never been a better whodunit than the one we heard this week on Mystery
Audience,
Crate.
listen to me.
Listen to him.
You like a good story? Go watch that episode.
Go check it out wherever you can stream your stuff. YouTube, podcasts, everywhere.
I stole your heart, and there we go.
Mystery Crate, baby.
Stole something else.
Check it out.
What did
Or you can listen to the hockey show when she already told us.
I guess not surprised, but didn't like it. I think Dave Hyde's fantastic. He'd been really good to me over the years, and yeah, I guess it's disappointing, but not surprising, right?
Am I led to think that Greg Cody's secretly happy about Dave Hyde being laid off?
I reject the implication of my inner voice. And I was surprised, if we're being honest. Would not have been surprised had he just said, I'm retiring. Very surprised that the Sun Sentinel had the audacity to lay him off. That to me was surprising.
Is it true, Greg? There's a rumor going around. I don't know all the context, but there's a rumor going around that when someone arrived here this morning, they saw you in this room by yourself on the phone, and you said, "We won."
I cannot confirm that. No, I cannot confirm that at all. I've got, I have nothing to do with that. So.
Oh, we had plenty to do with it.
What's going on here?
The last cowboy standing.
All right. Yeah, I am the last cowboy standing. Although I'm sitting right now.
Cuddled up next to our wife.
I should be on a horse.
Gave her a nice spoon from the back. Said, honey, we won.
All right. Inner voice, you're fired. I want a new inner voice.
What am I, Dave Hyde?
Oh, God.
What a great day.
All right. This is going off the rails. I have nothing but respect
Thank you,
for
Sun
Dave Hyde.
Sentinel, for having the courage.
Courage?
Yes, the
Quite the
courage to do the right thing. Honestly, it should have been done years ago. We could have called this race long ago. I'm the man. Did what needed to be done.
Okay. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's do gas bag of the week. Roy, what is it?
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. PB in the house.
Oh, look at this. Yes, Peter Burns with us. ESPN Radio Best Week Ever on Sunday mornings. SEC this morning on SiriusXM SEC Radio. Hello, Peter Burns.
Zaz, can we just talk about how Chris just nailed the live read? I mean, like just the emphasis was on the right syllables. Like I was very impressed with the effort just now.
Now, is that because the bar is so low when you see it's Chris doing the read? Is that what's going on there?
I'm not going to say you're the one who said it. It was not me. So I just want to make sure that I don't get that pinned to my HR file because, Zaz, as you know, I get in trouble occasionally. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you. It's seeing you, right, guys? Like seeing Peter Burns means we're close to football.
Looks great.
That's what this means. It means we're getting really close. So, of course, the big question, Peter, where is LeBron going to sign?
Yeah, that's a big question, right? I mean, I think the Ole Miss athletic department deleted the press conference they were about to have. So, I mean, I know that that's the whole bit. How did that actually move the markets? I haven't seen it. Did it actually move the prediction markets? Because I saw a while back, like it was like, what was it? Like Trump's teleprompter guy, like made like a boatload of money because he knew what was going to be on there.
Ethical.
So I'd imagine there's some production assistant right now that's just like absolutely crushing those prediction markets.
Right, Mike. It must have moved a couple days ago,
did.
right?
Not as much as Chris's tweet did, but yeah, the 4 points. Yeah, the market price.
I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off by the way that the Spurs that it would have been one of the Spurs that would have been out there. Like I like that's the thing. Like had Popovich been healthy and back in the day, I think LeBron going out with Wemby, I would have loved to have seen that back in the day.
Peter is at SEC Media Days, which has been taking place for the last couple of days. Who has been the big story at SEC Media Days? Who is the coach that is drawing the most attention?
Yeah, so Zaz, I mean, everybody just left the Lane Kiffin podium, and like right from the jump when he got on the podium, I'm like, all right, this seems like he did a chat GPT. Like I got to do a 30-minute presentation, and like the end of it's going to be Q&A. So how can I do like 24 minutes of filibustering before I get into the Q&A part? And he kind of got into that, right? So everybody was waiting to see if he was going to kind of take the bait that Pete Golding, the Ole Miss coach, kind of gave out to him yesterday. John Summerall at Florida was ended up being great. And Lane basically starts talking about like NIL and how important it was and how important it is to be the head coach at LSU. And I'm like, and then halfway through it, he goes, we're all going to die. I'm like, what? He starts talking about none of this means anything anymore. I've deleted social media because my son told me to do it. I'm present. And now I'm trying to figure out like how much do I believe it or how much of it is just it.
Put it on the poll, Juju. Is Lane Kiffin right? Are we all going to die? I want to ask you about John Summerall John Sumrall during his. I'm going to play this clip for you here, Peter, and I don't know if you guys have seen it either. Here's John Sumrall yesterday as he gets distracted because someone's phone goes off in the middle of the presser.
Several times through the process of October, November, about what it was looking like for both of our schedules of how things were going to unfold, and you'd be kicked out of our team meeting. I swear, like, you're lucky I'm not going to throw this freaking podium right now. Like, it drives me crazy. I would say who is that, but I'm not going to embarrass him.
I feel like Peter, I feel like he's trying to make sure everybody knows he's not Billy Napier, right? I'm a tough guy. I feel like he's doing a little bit of that.
Yeah, but Zaz, actually, having got to know Sumrall a couple times. In fact, I went over to me and Chris Storing, former Florida Gator legend, went over to Sumrall's house, probably been April, and we got a chance to sit down and talk to him even before the cameras were rolling. That's kind of who he is. So I don't think there's a shtick about like Billy Napier. You couldn't tell if he had won the lottery or like if it was like just a regular Tuesday. There was never like any highs or lows. I think Sumrall is just built that way. And it's funny because how things get into an algorithm on social media, that became a big deal. I saw Tom Crean rip him into it. And people are like, oh, I can't believe he's doing it or whatever. If you were in the room, it was clearly a joke. He had fun with it. And that's why you guys are the greatest over at Meadowlark, is you pull that tweet up. He can't be serious on embarrassing that person. I'm doing my Tom Crean voice now. Do you think he meant for the iPhone to go off? Did he need that performance reaction? It was fun. It just goes to show you when you don't have any kind of context about these things and you just live in that kind of online world, you could take it that way. But Sumrall was having some fun, and he's got people fired up there at Florida that he's not Billy Napier. In fact, one of the things, and there's the tweet that he had, one of the things he told me, Zaz, is whenever he was taking that job, he got the interview request from Florida, and his wife's like, do you have a chance of getting this job? He's like, babe, I got no chance. They just hired a group of 5 coach from the state of Louisiana. I'm a group of 5 coach from the state of Louisiana. There's no way in hell I'm getting this job. And sure enough, Lane Kiffin ends up going to LSU. Pete Golden stays at Ole Miss. And then the Florida Gators now have their guy that's evidently performative when iPhones go off.
Yeah, there's no way they land on Plan E, was basically his thinking. And sure enough, Florida did it. Pete, I really like you, but I'm going to make you an SEC spokesperson here because you're sitting in front of an SEC logo. I am.
What do you mean? I don't know anything what you're talking about right there. Make sure we get the logo centered up properly. Okay, there you go.
I think this empty threat of the SEC's to secede and form its own thing is beyond stupid. I think it's Conch Republic behavior. Are you familiar with the Conch Republic?
You know about that Conch Republic?
I know that when the South trends to try to secede, it doesn't work well.
It doesn't
in the past, historically.
Yeah.
But yes. So tell me what bothers you about it, because I have been asked that question many times, but I want to get it from you.
So the Conch Republic was Key West. They tried to break away from the United States of America, and then forget the top end issues. They were also like, well, who's picking up the garbage? Wait a second, how do we have power? We didn't figure any of this stuff out, and then it crumbled in a matter of days. And I think that's what's happening with this SEC conversation. If people are to even entertain this ridiculous thing seriously, because football. Yeah, there is some appeal, no doubt, in watching SEC football, and you can have your regional champion. It doesn't quite have the juice of a national champion, but you can always shake your fist and say, our champ is better. That's fine. And you never have to test your mettle. But I don't think you realize how difficult that makes talent acquisition just in football. You don't have the prestige venues. You have to create your own thing. Someone can go into a living room and say, you want to play in the Rose Bowl? You want to play in the CFP? I think that stuff matters. And things that you certainly aren't thinking about are like Omaha and the NCAA tournament. You're going to start your own little thing? Like, all right, enjoy the Bimini Classic while the top-end recruits are going to go play in the actual big dance. And let's not even get into the non-revenue sports. Who's going to operate that stuff? It's a whole bunch of
problems. You're like a rabid dog right now.
I am. And also, here's my biggest issue. You guys took a 14-year stretch where you had Urban Meyer and Nick Saban paying players, and you've extrapolated that over the course of 75 years, which is not the case. You guys weren't this dominant force.
All right, can we hear? Let's hear from Peter.
No, yeah, I mean, you weren't. Like, we're talking about 14 years. And
right,
by the way, that run is over and has been.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I start with saying this and the fact that I do wish the SEC was more like the Miami Hurricanes and Devin Shapiro back in the day, where they were doing everything on the up and up. So, I mean, I would, like, had they gotten to that point, that would have been fantastic. And if that's an inside joke, and I think the crowd would actually understand that joke. So, because you're right, I think the idea of SEC versus SEC is BS. In fact, Lane Kiffin just got to the podium and was talking about it, going, he doesn't like a 9-game conference schedule. Well, why would you like even more and just have the SEC play in the SEC? In fact, he wants less conference games because there's more of a cross-pollination of who the hell is actually good. I mean, we saw that. Last time I saw you was in College Station. Miami was the better team. Like, we need more of those cross-conference things. I think where the nuance is two things. One, it comes down to, this is not so much of like, we're going to break away and only play each other. It's more of we're going to break our way. And if you're in this conference, we're going to play by these rules, because they're frustrated that the NCAA rules are a bunch of patchwork rules right now. And then everybody gets sued every time you do it. So I think people jump to the conclusion that we're going to break away and not play anybody else. That was not, I don't believe, the case. It is just more of, well, maybe we need to have our own rules and regulations, which again, I don't see that happening anytime soon, because anytime you limit anything to a player right now, guess who gets the lawsuit? The NCAA. And if the SEC breaks away and does this, and all of a sudden somebody doesn't like it, and no one's going to like any rules against the athletes right now, guess who then gets that lawsuit? The SEC. And so I don't think there was a rush to do that, but there also is an idea of, you have to start doing the research on it and see, is this even feasible to do? Because if you don't, that's when you get caught flat-footed, which some of these conferences have in the past.
The rules thing is such BS because there are none. Every time the NCAA gets challenged, they lose. There's an SEC quarterback right now that is flatly out of eligibility. That's a cover athlete and probably a Heisman favorite. Yeah, it works for everybody. What the SEC actually wants is a different set of rules that they can bend, just like that 14-year stretch that they could bend. They want different rules from everybody else so they can get their advantage back because they know their run is over.
Okay, well, I'll flip it on the other side. Like, if you're the SEC and you've had a lot of success, and all of a sudden you build a television model and you built all this stuff, this brand equity, the fan base, all of this. And let's say that you're sitting there going, hey, we're going to give all of our members of the conference $75 million a year. Well, then you have other conferences, let's say the ACC and or the Big 12 or whatnot, and they're giving $40 million a year. All of a sudden you're going, wait a minute, let's change the rules and everybody's going to get the $75 million television deals. Well, you guys work hard. You guys work on the Le Batard Show, and y'all have built something incredible. And if all of a sudden the next thing, my show, Best Week Ever, which is not nearly as good or nearly as known or brandable as your guys are, all of a sudden we're making the same amount of money? Well, wait a minute. Y'all built this. Y'all built this from the ground up. You built your fan base, all of this. And I don't have it, but I should make the same amount of money as you guys? I don't understand that aspect of it. So you want the SEC to not fight for the advantage that they have built over the last 70, 80 years? I think
14.
They want to fight for that.
14.
And I don't blame them on that.
14 years. Let's stop changing history. Again, you guys haven't been dominating college football nearly as long as you think. It's insane. It was a 14-year run. And what you're saying applies to every other elite program in the nation. It wasn't that long ago where it was USC, where it was Ohio State, where it was Miami, and the SEC was routinely, a bridesmaid, never the bride. So games were on HD before this SEC run of dominance. And it's loser talk, and it's not self-aware, and the future, I agree, it's not fair right now. The entire elite of college football.
So how would you change it? Like, everybody can complain, right?
It's
like,
gonna. No, I know how it's gonna change.
Complain, but I want to know, because I sit there and I go, everybody wants to fire coaches, but then it's like, all right, well, what's the right answer? And I'm curious, because I'm, at the end of the day, I am a fan. You're a fan. Like, we were there watching the Miami and A&M. No matter who your allegiances were, it was just awesome to be in that stadium, and we want that right now. So I want to know what is better. Like you tell me, so I kind of help understand it, so I can wrap my head around it.
Where I think we're headed is a super league where it's not just the SEC and it's not just the Big Ten. There are going to be other programs pieced together that are considered elite, and there's this top end. But I don't think membership should be guaranteed. I think that's unfair for the Tulanes of the world. I do think eventually the thing that's going to make the most sense and might drive, Joe Collar into Paul Feinbaum up a wall is I do think we're going to get into some sort of promotion relegation model. And I think it makes plenty of sense. I think it adds
I would love
juice
that.
to the
Can you
regular
imagine?
season.
Can you imagine all of a sudden like having a game that traditionally is not big, but it decides on whether or not you're going to stay in and make it with the big boys, or to see a team actually get promoted? The problem is that the television deals are not set up that way. Now, could you do that maybe in 2031, 2032 and kind of build towards that? Buddy, sign me up for that. Because if you're actually saying that there's pink slips, that there's dollars and cents go if you're up a level or you're down a level, I mean, I love that. Some of the best scenes we've ever seen are in the EPL or other quote unquote, the soccer leagues over there that have that, just the passion of taking that next step. But then you're also going to say, all right, am I going to throw away the decisions that Vanderbilt and other teams made to stay in the conference when you look at the Tulanes and the Georgia Techs that decided to get out of the conferences back in the day? You're going to give them those opportunities? I don't know what that looks like. I'd love to see it. I think the chances of that happening, relegation and promotion in college football, as much as I like it, 5%, 10%, I'd love to see it. I just don't think it happens.
Peter, how many SEC teams should be in the playoffs this year?
14, maybe 15. It just depends. No. I think Commissioner Sankey has done a good job as far as trying to, if Commissioner Sankey wanted to take kind of the Kevin Warren approach, and that was Big Ten, commissioner back in the day. I think what you look at is he said, you know what, we are going to take our ball home. We're only going to do this. We're going to try to pair with the Big Ten to hell with everybody else. I think that they're going to look at this right now and go, how do we kind of still remain fair for everybody at this point? I think there's probably 4 or 5 teams that are worthy. The problem is, I don't know which 4 or 5 teams there are right now, because I do think there's probably more parity in the SEC than there is in the Big Ten, and there is maybe in the ACC and Big 12. I think those teams and those conferences are more top heavy, the way the SEC used to be top heavy for that run that you talked about from 2007, where they won a boatload of titles.
What is a fair expectation for Kalen DeBoer in Alabama?
The fair expectations is never going to be fair for Kalen DeBoer. I mean, the man has won, the 5th most games over the last 3 years, and they want to run him out of town. I mean, I say they, Alabama just gave him a contract extension. But he won a playoff game, won on the road, and then they got absolutely handled by Indiana. I think 9-3 is what we're going to see from Alabama this year. I think they're better in some positions, but they don't know who their quarterback is going to be right now. So I think there's a lot of talented teams that are going to be 9-3 at the end of the year, much like we have a lot of NFL teams that are pretty good that end up going 9-8 or 10-7.
Fair expectation for LSU, with the reminder that Lane Kiffin has never won a playoff game.
You have to at least make the playoffs. All this week, early in the week, people are saying it's national championship or bust, or playoff championship game or bust. But you can't make $100 million decision by getting rid of Brian Kelly, by going ahead and getting Lane Kiffin and putting this roster together, and sit there and go, well, we didn't make the playoff. Like, if it's 8-4, buddy, that ain't going to be good for anybody down there. You got to make the college football playoff, and you should with that type of roster and that type of recruiting class.
Will Florida improve immediately under Summerall?
They will, but I don't think you see it in year one. I mean, I think Buster Faulkner, the offensive coordinator that comes from Georgia Tech, if it's him and Aaron Philo, I think they're solid. I think this is a situation for Florida. It's about building something in the future and kind of a quote-unquote culture, if you could even build culture in 2026 college football. I still think that they're probably a 7-5, 8-4 team at best.
Will the Miami Hurricanes win the national championship? Peter Burns.
7 straight in a row for the Miami Hurricanes. I will say this, all joking aside, that every single SEC school right now, and I've talked to GMs around it, whenever they see that Miami wants to be involved in the player, they're like they put the phone down.
Yeah,
they're
let's
like
start our
upset
own
because
league.
but because Miami is a force to be reckoned with. Mario Cristobal learned from the mistakes that he had, and they're a damn physical team. And that used to be what the SEC used to be able to do. They used to be able to pummel people. They used to have a lot of depth, and they used to be able to run the ball and out physical team. And then you see Miami come out there and go, hold my beer, right? Like, like this is actually how you do it. And I think a lot of people in the SEC wish that they had the physicality that the Hurricanes brought last year.
Peter, have you seen the Odyssey yet?
I have not seen it. Is it worth 3 hours? I would believe it'd be good, right? Like
it's incredible.
Yeah, it's about as long as an egg bowl.
Okay. I will tell you this: as good as that thing is, you're going to have to come down. Can you get you guys to go down to Oxford for the LSU Ole Miss game?
Yeah,
That's absolute scenes.
I can tell you right now, Peter, I am going to be at that game.
Fine. Twist our arms.
Yeah. Fine,
We're
come.
in. Okay.
Okay. You hate everything else, but you're like, I'll come for the chaos. As long as we can get Chris over there if he goes to the supermarket, to return your actual shopping cart. That's all I ask for you to do.
You stop with this.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Peter Burns, SEC Radio, Sirius XM, SEC This Morning, and of course, Best Week Ever at 7 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio. Great job, Peter. Good seeing you, man.
Love you, boys. See ya.
See ya, Peter.
Wanted to fight him more.
Peter
He's
Burns.
too nice.
He said nice things about Miami.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
It was a backhanded nice thing about Miami. The 7th straight was gratuitous.
I felt some sarcasm there.
Yeah. It's exciting, though. Like, we're close, right? We're getting close. We're kind of in a weird place.
Close is not like national championship was last year.
No.
Finish the story.
I'm talking about we're getting close as in football is close.
Yeah, I can smell it.
Right? That's what I mean.
He did talk about that physicality, though.
Mass kicks ass.
That's exactly right.
Dude, in just a couple, it'll be here before you know it. The sprinkler going off and Liev Schreiber telling you that we've welcomed the players into camp.
Who's doing it this year?
Wasn't it the Bills?
I think it is the Bills.
No, they did the Bills a couple years ago.
That's what it was.
Right, they did the Bills last year.
Seahawks, I was just told in my ear.
Okay, so the Super Bowl champions.
That's not bad. I like that, actually.
That entire season better be like, what the hell do we do about Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett?
I just realized that the Hard Knocks and 60 Minute sound are sort of the same thing.
Yeah.
Which one do you get more excited for?
I have an embargo on 60 Minutes. You guys know that. I gave some thoughts on Zaslow Show 2.0 a couple days ago. There's a 60-minute embargo on my thoughts here on DLS.
If you're not listening to Zaslow 2.0, you are not a Le Batard Show fan, because it is great supplemental listening, and it is pure cut Bolivian Zaz. Like, it is just pin your ears back and buckle up. I came for the 60 Minutes thing, literally, and it was awesome, but I stuck around for the thoughts on the Odyssey.
Okay, the episode is titled, it's a couple days ago. If you want to go back wherever you get your podcasts, it was a couple days ago. It's the episode titled 60 Minutes Embargo. And I'm going to let you continue. I'm going to let you finish. But first, Mike, I do want to say something funny has gone on the last couple of days with my podcast, with Zaslow Show 2.0, which, by the way, I appreciate Mike saying that if you're a fan of DLS, you should be listening to Zaslow Show 2.0. And I will tell you, a lot of you out there are listening to it, because since Meadowlark started distributing Zaslow Show 2.0, the numbers are, phenomenal.
Good numbies?
It's really good and humbling and exciting. And so, yes, a lot of you are listening to it, which is so great. But anyway, now you so what I wanted to say was, before I let you finish here, over the last couple days,
Yeah, you're still in your victory speech.
You just gave yourself flowers for the 4th time? Okay.
Thank you. Over the last couple days, something interesting and funny has happened.
You were talking about good numbers.
Where I have realized that Mike, and Dan for that matter, okay, because I got this from Dan as well 2 days ago, I am realizing Mike and Dan are listening to Zaslow Show 2.0 for the very first time.
No, I listen. I listen to Zaslow Show 2.0 whenever I guest on it. I love the sound of my own voice.
So that's what I've realized, because I got a call from Dan a couple days ago, and he loved it. He listened to the whole episode.
Shirtless FaceTime in bed?
And I don't expect him. I don't expect him to listen to the whole episode. All right, like episodes are about 45 minutes. I don't expect him to listen to the whole episode, but he clearly sat there. Maybe it was in his car. Maybe it was shirtless in bed. I don't know. And listened to the whole episode, and he loved it and said such nice things. I'm like, that's awesome. And it's also very clearly the first time he's ever heard the show.
Yeah, I've listened to it like 7 times because I've been on it 6. Yeah. So I like the Zaslow Show 2.0.
You enjoyed it a couple days ago.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I think I've heard like ones here and there. Like when we made the finals in hockey and in basketball, I'm like, yeah, let me listen to a caretaker of South Florida sports and do his character bit. I love it. I'm a huge fan.
It's not a character.
Yeah, it is. You do. Come on, you have a bit. You're amplified like The Rock. Any hoodles. I stuck around for the thoughts on the Odyssey, which I thought I got them all.
You loved my thoughts on the Odyssey.
Yeah, well, it starts. We get off to a real hot start because the way that you start.
See, I have a hard time remembering. I wish I could remember exactly what I'm saying.
Here's how it started. Tony, who doesn't know his elbow from his asshole.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's true.
Getting it straight on a podcast, you can at least invite me on and tell me.
If anybody knows 2 things about me, number 1, I'm not a cuck, and number 2, I always tell the truth. Even when I lie, I always tell the truth.
Tony, who doesn't know his elbow from his asshole.
What was the context there?
I don't know. I do 3 different shows. I do this show, I do Zaslow Show 2.0, and I do ESPN Radio. I can't keep track of
and
what
Mystery
I said
Crate.
on each. And 4. Yeah. And Mystery Crate.
But the Bolivian cut is Zaslow Show 2.0.
Yes.
That is the Zaz talking to nobody else, which is why he's developed. It's become his personality. The reason why he creates all these different voices, and he's having a conversation with himself.
Yeah.
And so he has like these really eccentric parts of his personality that are essentially a cast. Yeah. It's a one-man ensemble. It's great. I'm a big fan. And when you said Tony doesn't know his elbow from his asshole, I'm like, all right, I'm in. But then you started going down your review of the Odyssey, and I was familiar with some of the takes.
What a movie.
But then I found out you were a racist.
What?
Yeah, you were a racist.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, now I could be mishearing
Why
things.
would you say it?
Yeah, why would you
Why
be
would
a
you
racist?
say that?
Why are you a racist, dog?
Why are you making things up?
All right, so for the audience, we did clip this section where,
You better not be taking me out of context here.
No,
If you're gonna play
I'm
something,
applying all the context I possibly can. I wasn't in
right.
charge of grabbing the context.
All right.
But I was in charge of being the driving force of calling you a racist.
So what am I talking about here?
Play the clip.
People are having a go at the movie for 2 reasons. Number 1, for Lupita Nyong'o, who is playing Helen of Troy, who, is white in, I guess, the other writings of the book, in the writing of the book and maybe in the other movies, that Helen of Troy is white. And in this, Lupita Nyong'o is obviously black. You get the whole discussion of should a black actor be playing a white person? Should a white person be playing a black actor? Although it's never that other way, right? It's never the white person playing the black person. It's a black person playing the white person. And then everybody freaks out and gets upset about that. It's really stupid.
So it sounds like you're disappointed that John Cusack isn't playing Shaft.
No.
Yeah, it does.
No.
I heard racism.
I'm disappointed that people are mad that Lupita Nyong'o is playing Helen of
No,
Troy.
it feels like, but, you never see, the white guy playing, T'Challa.
That's not at all what I said
Where's
there.
Jacob Elordi playing Black
That's
Panther?
not at all what was said there.
And also, it just shows an ignorance to the history of cinema. There are examples. The Jazz Singer. There's a movie where John Wayne plays Genghis Khan. Jack Palance played Fidel Castro.
And now let me ask you, did people get mad?
No.
That's the point.
Not at the time. Well,
That's
no,
the point.
No. White people didn't get mad.
That's the point.
But there were aggrieved parties.
That's the point.
No, but it didn't seem like the
We're
point.
on the same side here.
It's not just the point, it's the presentation, though.
It's a presentation.
The way that you said it did
presented like a
confuse
racist.
Mike, because what you said was like, it's never the black people playing the white people.
Guy never
Who's
watched
the white
Gandhi?
people playing the black people?
Hold on a second.
You know about Gandhi?
Hold on a second. Jeremy, who's that supposed to be?
That was an awful Zaslow.
I don't know.
It's really stupid. I want to hear, Roy, can I hear the last, whatever, it's like 10 seconds there where I'm making the crux of the point. Can we hear just the end there?
You get the whole discussion of should a black actor be playing a white person? Should a white person be playing a black actor? Although it's never that other way, right? It's never the white person playing the black person. It's a black person playing the white person. And then everybody freaks out and gets upset about that. It's really stupid.
That's right. The point being everybody freaks out about one and not the other.
I don't know. This is the dress blue type of deal.
Seems like elbow or
Yeah. Is it an elbow or is it an asshole?
Okay.
Tony, do you know?
Here is the he has no idea. It's really stupid. Here's the deciding factor. Okay, Jeremy, who do you side with there?
All right, so I heard the same thing that Mike did.
Because if there's
which was
racism,
you
Jeremy
saying,
will tell you, no problem.
It's true. It's true. I'll
One
be the
thing
first
I know
to tell
about
you.
Jeremy.
The
One thing
first
I
thing
know
I'll tell
about
you.
Jeremy, if there's racism, he'll point it out.
Two things about me. I'm not a
on.
cuck, and I'll point out racism.
Oh, there you go.
So, I did hear what Mike heard, which was you saying it's never a white person playing a black person.
You're missing the part where
it's
it's
a
like-
black person playing a white person. But
Although it's never the way
Right.
that. Although
and those words specifically, without any context, couldn't be more wrong and couldn't be more racist.
Correct. If you take things out of context, they get perceived incorrectly.
And so what I think
Correct.
happened is because of the way that your inflection went, Mike stopped listening after that.
You hit the stop button on my podcast?
It was just like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that, is what was going through his head, as you then clarified, which is stupid and they don't get any right
In
anymore.
my defense, let's run the tape back and
Yeah,
provide
run it
more
back.
context, because I think one of the places where I also landed on this was the near 30-second explanation that Lupita was no longer a white actress.
Why'd you bail there? What happened?
Because I was going to say it incorrectly. So, yeah, everyone knew that. Lupita's like Zendaya. Nwongo.
Okay.
Like Bobby Lou. Yeah. But the way that you carefully tried to navigate this, much better than I navigated her surname, was, it was an indicator to the audience. We're heading down some dangerous terrain for Jonathan Zaslow. All right, I want to hear you navigate the treachery.
People are having a go at the movie for two reasons. Number one, for Lupita Nyong'o, who is playing Helen of Troy, who, is white in, I guess, the other writings of the book, in the writing of the book and maybe in the other movies, that Helen of Troy is white. And in this, Lupita Nyong'o is obviously black. You get the whole discussion of should a black actor be playing a white person? Should a white person be playing a black actor? Although it's never that other way, right? It's never the white person playing the black person. It's a black person playing the white person. And then everybody freaks out and gets upset about that. It's really stupid.
If I didn't say the last part and everybody freaks out about that, it's really stupid, that would sound very bad.
You know how I know you're a racist? Because you asked me to determine the racism and not Roy.
It's really stupid.
I don't like how you say black.
Yeah, you hit the.
I could have handled that better.
You hit that
I don't
B
like how you
hard.
say black. The way that you said black felt racist.
I've said this several times since I saw the movie, and I'm going to reiterate it here, okay? It's so stupid the way that people are talking about this movie who haven't even seen it, all right?
Elbows and assholes.
And
Was that the context for me?
Yeah,
maybe.
You're one of those people.
Maybe. The whole thing with Lupita Nyong'o playing Helen of Troy, if I could be serious for a second here, although I'm always serious, but if I could be serious
It's the
here,
third thing I know about you.
yes.
Black.
If I could be serious. If I could be serious here. Lupita Nyong'o is perfect for that role because Helen of Troy is supposed to be so beautiful that she is strikingly different from everyone else, from every other female in the story. And the fact that Lupita Nyong'o is black and looks strikingly different, I'm making a serious point, from every other woman is the entire point of her beauty.
That was a great take. She has an identical twin.
All right, but she was very unhappy with Agamemnon.
Who is also
black.
I don't like how you say that. You should fix that.
Black.
And by the way, I'm also going to reiterate with Elliot Page, which is the other thing that people get crazy about. Elliot Page turned out to be the perfect casting for the role.
It's a good tone. You're an ally.
Elliot Page is not Achilles. Achilles, matter of fact, is not even in the movie. Elliot Page is not Achilles. And Elliot Page, how could Elliot Page be a soldier? He or she, so small. That's the entire point of the role. That's the whole point. So the things that people are mad about with this movie, what a movie this is.
Black.
Did you just microwave a turd from Zaslow Show 2.0? Reheated turd nachos?
It's not necessarily the same audience.
Black.
Not everybody's heard it. How dare you take me out of context like that?
So, support Zaslow Show 2.0. You'll learn a lot about Jonathan Zaslow, even though he's a racist.
Black.
That is such nonsense. Take me out of context like that. How dare you?
I don't like how you say that.
I don't like the words coming out of your mouth.
I don't like the word that came out of your mouth here.
Black.
Say it better.
Black.
I probably could have said it better.
Black.
How do you transition out of that?
Black.
Tough one.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Roy, get us out of this.
I agree with you. How about that?
Of course you
Wait,
agree with
what?
me.
What? How? About Lupita?
Yes, about Lupita.
course.
Yeah, exactly. She's
Black.
She's supposed to look different from everyone else. Anyway.
They did the screen time. I'm sure you've seen that aggregated tile.
What?
Where everyone that they've been upset about has like a combined screen time of under 18 minutes.
Well, and it's people that are upset about it. They haven't seen the movie.
All of it works.
It all works.
Every single bit. And again,
And
historical...
I'll admit, I was skeptical about the Elliot Page role. It's a perfect role.
I just don't understand the historically accurate part about a movie that is based on a source material that is pure fiction. None of these people existed.
A movie that has a Cyclops.
It has a Cyclops. They go to the underworld. None of these people are
It's not
people
real.
borrowed from history. None of them actually lived.
Yeah. Yeah. You're upset about you're upset about this actor or this actor in a movie where there's a sorceress who turns soldiers into pigs. But the unrealistic part is Helen of Troy.
Black.
Did you see, by the way, one of the trailers for the movie The Odyssey?
Are you talking about Other Mommy?
Trailers.
Holy shit.
How is that movie not called Other Mother?
I thought the same thing.
Other Mommy. Other Mother is right there for you.
How is it not called Other Mother?
They need to fix that. They need to fix that right away.
I'll tell you what, though. That trailer, and they show Jessica Chastain looking like a spider monkey underneath the table, I almost shit my pants.
It was very scary because the trailer starts and you're like, this is a little uneasy, but there's daylight and this is a home. How could this be scary? And then it starts, getting more and more ominous and you're like, I don't like this. Is this a scary movie? Is Jessica Chastain going to do a scary movie? Because it must be pretty good to get Academy Award-winning actress Jessica Chastain to do one.
I thought it was going to be like a car commercial at first. It just seemed so happy.
You've been
and,
getting
like,
those at movies, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The Chevy song is incredible.
I watched like 30 minutes of actual advertisements before the preview started at this movie. I was at a 2:45 showing. The previews didn't start till 3. What is that?
What else you got to do?
Let's put it on the poll, though. Is it a huge gaffe to name it Other Mommy and not Other Mother?
Yeah, it seems so obvious. Horror movies are so good these days, though, man.
It's incredible. And that's where it became my favorite genre because that's where filmmakers are taking the most chances.
I love it. I love it. Horror movies are so good these days. I'll go to the theater for all the horror movies, man. Yo, stop playing that soundbite, Roy.
Black.
All right, we're headed toward the MLB trade deadline. The draft just happened. There's baseball happening here in the second half, and we're headed toward a pennant race. So we've got lots to cover on this week's episode of The Pitch Clock. First and foremost, trivia is getting closer and closer and closer in the competition. Chris and I are neck and neck in our race toward the finish. So that's one playoff race that you want to check out. Ethan's got all the trivia for us. But we also have Kylie McDaniel. He is an ESPN insider. He's our expert for the week, and we're going to talk about who the next Connor Griffin is that came from this MLB draft. We've got a few major candidates for the MLB trade deadline, including one that may be headed to Dan's favorite team, the Tampa Bay Rays. Plus, we're going to figure out what the hell's going on with the Boston Red Sox and why all of a sudden they went from one of the worst teams in baseball to one of the best. And I'm going to ask if Dan was crazy when he said that the Brewers are going to beat the Dodgers. So we've got all of that and more on this week's episode of The Pitch Clock. Be sure to watch every single week, 3 p.m. on Thursdays on the Le Batard Show YouTube channel. We have a playlist. I'm done talking now. Pitch Clock. Go watch it.
Coming up this week on Mystery Crate, we are very excited. I'm back from New York. Jess lives in New York. We have 2 New York celebrity watches, one from myself, one from Jess. We talk about my trip, all the food I ate. We talk about movies we're embarrassed to say we've never seen.
Chris has a lot of great stories. We heard the best story of possibly the year.
Oh my God, Rose.
From Rose, though.
There's never been a better story.
There's never been a better reveal. There's never been a better whodunit than the one we heard this week on Mystery
Audience,
Crate.
listen to me.
Listen to him.
You like a good story? Go watch that episode.
Go check it out wherever you can stream your stuff. YouTube, podcasts, everywhere.
I stole your heart, and there we go.
Mystery crate, baby.
Good point.
Number 5, Shredder.
Now you know who did the voice of Shredder?
Who?
Uncle Phil.
Oh, really? That's cool. All right. Love Uncle Phil. Shredder, the big bad from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, he's trying to kill... Not only trying to kill the Turtles are kids. They're teenagers. They're teenage. He's trying to kill teenagers. Very bad. Number 5 is Shredder. Number 4, Cobra Commander. Oh, yeah. G.I. Joe's number 1. He's a terrorist. That's literally the character. He's a terrorist. Obviously, Cobra Commander is going to be one of the top villains, but he only comes in at number 4. He's very bad, though. Terrorism. Number 3, Megatron. Transformers. Come on. Autobots, Decepticons. Megatron is the leader of the Decepticons. And eventually, he gets even more powers, and he becomes like Super Megatron. You don't want to F with that guy. Number 2.
So hold on, Zaz, really quick, before number 2. So Megatron was the bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
So then why did they call Calvin Johnson Megatron instead of Optimus Prime, who was the good guy?
He named himself that.
Yeah, I mean, he thought he was a bad guy. I don't know what to tell you, man. Go ask him. What are you asking me?
And Megatron's a plane. He's a fighter jet.
Yeah.
And his arch nemesis,
missiles.
Optimus Prime, is just an 18-wheeler.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Seems unfair.
Number 2, Mumra. You know about Mumra? Thundercats? Mumra was very scary. And they had movies. You ever see Mumra Lives?
Dave Damashek, you know about that Mumra?
No, I have never literally heard of Mumra.
What? What?
I've only heard of Shredder.
Mumra coming in at number 2.
Say it again, then we'll know about it.
Thunder, 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 cats.
Mumra. And number 1.
Mumra.
Number 1, Skeletor. Of course Skeletor is number 1. I mean, He-Man's arch nemesis, who is actually, I think it's He-Man's uncle, all right? Because, he died. He was part of the kingdom, became Skeletor. Skeletor, number 1. I told you, Jared Leto was an incredible Skeletor. Skeletor's great in the movie. Excellent battles. The action scenes are fantastic in this He-Man movie. I love the guy that played He-Man. He's a great He-Man. That's my He-Man. All right.
I need more lists from you. Was there any OLI? Where's Dr. Claw?
No, I told. Nah, Doctor. Hey, the Spectre Gadget was hokey. Doctor, you're not scared of Doctor.
Hokey.
You're not scared of.
He
Dr.
wasn't
Claw.
Mumra.
You're not scared. That's right. So again, to recap: number 5, Shredder. Number 4, Cobra Commander. Number 3, Megatron. Number 2, Mumra. And number 1, Skeletor.
I'm a fan, Zaz. I want to make that clear in advance. But this is a little bit of a hipster list here, right? I mean, like a Mumra number 2. You're talking 80s animated bad guys.
Thundercats.
And you don't mention Gargamel. You don't mention.
No one was afraid of Gargamel. Gargamel's nemesis are little 2-inch blue people, and he has a hard time defeating them.
Black.
It's a good song. Before you ruined it. So, anyway. Where am I supposed to go with that?
Black.
What are you doing to me there? Where am I supposed to go?
Zaslow Show 2.0, wherever
Black.
you get your podcast.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice if just LeBron would announce where he's going right about now? Steer us in a completely different direction. So we all saw with the World Cup ending, the MLS has that commercial, "We'll take it from here." Did you see what happened in the Inter Miami game last night?
Boy, did they ever. Dude. All right, so I want to have a discussion about where soccer goes from here. I found myself missing the World Cup. You guys remember that? It was awesome.
World Cup was great, man.
World Cup was terrific.
I'm going to miss it.
But it's very clear that the United States only seems to have an appetite for international soccer played at the very highest level. Like, we'll get up for a World Cup.
I mean, that's what our other sports are in this country, right? We have the best baseball. Obviously, American football. We have the best American football. We have the best basketball. We have the best hockey. So doesn't that make sense that we would really just want the best soccer?
It does, but we're also not ready to put the work in and build something out, which is what MLS's real problem is, in that they got to make a huge investment, spend far too much money, and guarantee that you're never going to get all the biggest stars. It's not going to be like that because there are so many formed leagues that make huge amounts of revenue. You're going to be competing against Real Madrid. By the way, Inter Miami got into trouble. There's tampering charges being filed.
Yeah,
against
because it's the shadiest franchise. That's why I told. This is why, look, let Inter Miami win. I'm fine with it. Obviously, it's a local team.
Are you familiar with what the charge is over, though? The tampering?
Yeah, it's like salary cap stuff.
No,
Again,
it's because MLS.
It's a shady organization.
No, MLS is dumb. MLS is dumb. Discovery rights is what they're in trouble for.
Are other teams getting pinged for this in MLS?
It's a stupid thing that shouldn't exist. LA Galaxy discovered Casemiro. How did they discover him? They put on the Premier League one day and were like, "Hey, that guy's pretty good. Let's that's our guy. Dibs. Hey, this Messi guy is pretty good. Dibs." What is that?
I know, but the point that I'm making is it continues to be Inter Miami that gets pinged for supposed rules violations.
Yes, and the violations that they have are stupid. I think in some cases, like the Matuidi, they're clear, but it's also because Inter Miami's ownership group is an ownership group that, like you say, you want MLS to be the best. You want them to spend a lot of money. You want them to get the best stars. MLS ownership typically isn't like that. Inter Miami's wants to push, and now, to that. Mm-hmm. They don't want a salary cap. They want to be aggressive. MLS doesn't even encourage competition with things like discovery rights among their own franchises. We have discovery rights, so we get to negotiate with this player. What's fun is multiple teams chasing the services.
I still find it amazing, because we're obviously so used to the way American sports operate that there's no draft with the soccer.
There's an MLS draft. Because,
but the big leagues overseas.
Yeah, no, because they find their talents at the academy level.
It's amazing.
They go out and they scout these other clubs that are regionalized, that are in parts of the world that find, this hot shot that's 7 years old. They develop him to a certain stage.
They fund his development.
And then another club knocks around and decides, we'll take it from here. You feed him to us. And usually that is a mid club, and you ascend depending on how good the talent is. We'll get there eventually, but this is something that took 100 years over in Europe. MLS is only 30 years old. But my point is, as embarrassing as that goal was yesterday, too.
Oh, that was funny.
But it was actually indicative of what the problem is at MLS.
For the people that don't know, Miami, and I was thinking the whole World Cup, I said to my dad during the World Cup, they pass it back to the goalie a lot. Does the ball ever accidentally go in the net? And that happened to Inter Miami last night. A soft pass back to the goalie. He swings and misses, and the ball just goes in the net.
Right, he straight up swings it like
it was an easy back pass to the keep, and his leg just swings over it, and it goes in for a goal. MLS's slogan after the World Cup is, "We got it from here." It was embarrassing.
And of course, everyone's all over it on social media.
This is the team that.
Right.
Messi's going to come back to.
That was the joke. That was the prevailing joke. This is what Messi has to go back to.
Yeah, it was a tough look.
Inter Miami won the game, by the way.
Did they?
Yeah, 3-2.
Yeah, I didn't watch because Messi wasn't playing. No. So Chicago Fire were playing in that game.
That's tough.
Robert Lewandowski is a big star in global soccer. He plays for Chicago Fire now. It was a big signing, but it's also like I love that Robert Lewandowski is playing in MLS. He's still a good goal scorer in his age. But to make that signing happen, they kind of insulted the number 9 that they had already, who was leading MLS in goals, 29 years old, not a huge star name. I'm not even going to say his name, but now he's on his way to Liga MX because they paved way for an older Robert Lewandowski instead of just making it work with the both of them. You're losing talent that can help build this league. But it's never going to happen, at least with this current media deal with Apple TV. It's not going to happen for MLS, and it's hard to see the path for MLS to gain real traction in this country from where I'm standing right now. That's not the future of soccer in this country. The future of soccer in this country is really highlighting the national team and hoping that trickles down. So we have new broadcast partners for the U.S. men's national team and women's national team. We have a World Cup next year, and those typically rate well.
Where is that?
It's in Brazil. The United States in the women's game is a global superpower. So hopefully we'll get out to similar numbers.
Why are the women? Is it more about our women are that much better than our men? Obviously, relative to competition, is it that our women are that much better than our men, or the rest of the world is not as good as the men?
You want to get down to the heart of it. I think we have supremely talented women athletes in this country. And unlike the other sports, soccer is soccer and basketball are the main things. They're not competing with American football.
It's more about our women.
The thing that has actually impacted our global dominance the most is actually Title IX. If you want to get down to it, Title IX forced some sort of resources being pumped into it, where in Europe they don't have such a thing, and they only came around on it once they realized it could be a business. And it's actually booming for them because unlike MLS, they have the benefit of having prestige brands. Real Madrid bought an existing women's soccer club and just absorbed it, rebranded it Real Madrid, and it's a success because they're wearing the Real Madrid crest. You're not having to sell Phoenix Mercury, you're essentially selling Phoenix Suns. It's easier from a branding perspective, and they're catching up quick. They have better facilities over there. The domestic soccer league here in the United States is still upper echelon, but you are losing stars over to Europe. But the point that I'm trying to get to, long-windedly,
was the goalie really fucked up.
Where I'm getting at is just ride the momentum of the national teams. As someone that wants to grow the game here, it's going to be a hard sell, especially after watching that goal go in for Inter Miami. It's a hard sell. There were tickets for $12 to watch the reigning champions play yesterday.
But that's because Messi wasn't playing.
But Robert Lewandowski was making his Chicago Fire debut. It's just, I understand Messi wasn't playing, but it's a disappointing secondary market price on the heels of what was a huge World Cup. What I say is the broadcast partners that hold the rights, you're going to have a qualification process with the men's national team. You're going to have domestic tournaments that happen in the summer. Seems like we have a finite attention span, right? All right, so let's really make the Gold Cup matter. Let's really make Copa America, when the U.S. competes in that again, really matter. Make it feel like the Euros by comparison. The Euros go on. International soccer, there is something soccer-wise every summer. You've proven that you have this month-long attention span for summer. Let us use the rest of the year of qualifying to put that over. And for U.S. soccer, schedule more aggressive friendlies against Mexico. Make those feel like something. It's not requiring a lot from your audience. Hey, there's an international break once every 2 months. Get over here. We're playing Mexico, prime time. I think that's really where soccer grows here, and it's a recent change that I've made. I've always been like, pump into MLS. The old money in MLS is never going to.
MLS really screwed it up with the Apple Plus. They really did.
Yeah. And Garber, it's convenient for Garber, who's on his way out, to highlight that. Yeah, your deal is terrible.
They screwed it up because I really like soccer. And I had the subscription for a couple of years to the Apple Plus because I was an Inter Miami season ticket holder, and the subscription comes with your season ticket package. But this is now the second year in a row that I've not been a season ticket holder for Inter Miami, and so I don't have the Apple Plus package. And it's not like it's that expensive. It's like, oh, no, I only have a certain amount of income. It's just that do I want to spend the money on something I don't know how much I'm going to be able to watch it? And now as a result, even when I am at home and I don't have anything going on and I would watch the Inter Miami game, I'm not watching it because I don't have this subscription.
Well, it's not a subscription anymore. Like, you have to just have Apple TV. They double paywalled it initially, which was a huge mistake, thinking that there was an appetite. Let me pay for Apple TV and MLS League Pass. That doesn't work, pal. And so now you just need Apple TV, but still you have this issue, which is Apple TV is still not a destination streamer. It's asking a lot for what is globally such an accessible game. So I think we got to think about this conventionally. You highlight big matches. This works top bottom with the national team, and that's how you grow the sport. And then you invest in some of those stars, and you let the spigots open, and you get rid of these ridiculous rules like discovery rights and GAM. The MLS can't get out of its own way in that regard.
Speaking of the women, I brought this up yesterday with the WNBA. WNBA All-Star is this weekend, all right? And mentioned yesterday how the three-point shootout for the WNBA All-Star weekend has come under a little bit of fire for who is involved and who's not involved. And I mentioned it yesterday how I don't understand how Sophie Cunningham is not in it because, number one, it's not like she's not a good three-point shooter. She's second best in three-point shooting percentage in the entire league. So clearly she's a pretty good three-point shooter. But also, this league, which is obviously rising in popularity, should be leaning in every single way imaginable to what is popular, to what is trendy, and to what is going to grab people's attention. And Sophie Cunningham is a lightning rod these days. And she's a good three-point shooter. She should be in the contest, that's for one. Sabrina Ionescu yesterday, who I know is not having a good year, but Sabrina Ionescu is a champion, and she's one of the great players in the league, even if she's not having a great year. And by the way, she won the WNBA three-point shootout last year. Apparently, she wasn't even invited. Here's Sabrina Ionescu yesterday.
I saw that yesterday. I guess you can't really, at least personally, I can't decline an offer I never got officially invited to. So I was pretty surprised to see that. Never got invited, and obviously that's, whether it's against Steph Curry or, in the W, I always go out and try and beat my record every single time I've gone out. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to set the record straight. That was just false, but I'm really excited for the participants in it, and obviously there's going to be a new winner, so I'm excited to see who wins.
When the participants were named, people said, why is Sabrina Ionescu not in it? And the WNBA responded apparently that she declined an invitation, and that's why there she is saying, she's responding to that, saying she was never actually invited. She's also referencing she likes to participate with Steph Curry, because you may remember a few years ago where she appeared at the NBA All-Star Weekend, and she had that shootout with Steph Curry, which was a lot of fun. I don't want to pile on the WNBA, because it's real easy and people use the WNBA as a political weapon.
I do.
But there are some instances where I don't understand what they're doing. And how, what could possibly be and this is twofold with Sabrina Ionescu, right? Where, number one, someone's lying. Someone's lying. Maybe it's Sabrina. I don't know. Someone's lying. That's number one. And number two, if Sabrina's not the one lying, how don't they bring back one of their best players, a champion, and last year's three-point champion? The NBA in the early 90s, Craig Hodges was like the thing in NBA three-point shootouts, all right? He was a bench player for the Chicago Bulls, but he was the three-point shootout king. There was one year where he made 26 out of 30 shots and made 19 in a row at one point. He was the guy. He was an attraction for three-point shootout at All-Star Weekend. Well, because he wasn't a real good player, he was out of the league. He was playing in the CBA, the Continental Basketball Association. He was playing in the CBA, but he was the previous year's champion. So what did the NBA do? They brought him in to compete in the three-point shootout to defend his title. And Sabrina Ionescu is not defending her title?
They had Damian Lillard on one Achilles shooting. Remember? He wasn't playing because his torn Achilles, but he was in the three-point shootout.
Yeah. So again, like I said, I don't want to pile on WNBA because it's easy, but it just feels like sometimes who's running things over there?
This seems bizarre to me I don't understand why it's All-Star Weekend. Why don't you highlight your best stars? Especially, could she just be lying?
She could be.
I don't want to believe her.
Who's lying?
I don't know why
Naturally
she would lie.
predisposed to not believe them.
She could be lying, but she seems upset that she wasn't invited. So if she was invited, why would she say no?
On the NBA side, Tyler Hero won it in 2025. He did not participate last year. He returned to action just after the All-Star
He was
break.
hurt.
Who knows if he was healthy enough to theoretically participate in that. He hadn't played since mid-January. Looking to see of other examples, because the three-point contest, like in the NBA, is sort of not treated the same way. It's become more of a showcase
But
of shooters.
everyone's watching NBA weekend. You know all the players. You know all the teams. It's the NBA. It's enormous. The WNBA is not the NBA. It's not enormous. You should do everything possible to have the biggest names, the most recognizable and notable names. And Sabrina Ionescu is literally, she's an NCAA champion and a WNBA champion and the former three-point shootout champion. How is she not in the competition?
I agree with you wholeheartedly on Ionescu. Like that part of it, especially for the winning, the influence in the league, the stardom in terms of actually like being the person who leads your team and is as talented as she is. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It is strange the way that there seems to be somebody lying. Like that, and that's the biggest piece in all of this is like it seems to have been mishandled and now not addressed in an appropriate way. Where we saw issues with Kathy Engelbert at the beginning of the year, like it seemed like there's real miscommunication between the league and its players at times, and so that becomes the bigger issue than any of the other people that we're talking about.
Wasn't there an issue too where she called one girl who she thought was another phone number of another all-star, and it was like, oh, you're an all-star, but actually not really because I was looking for somebody else. Like things like that, like odd, don't happen in professional sports leagues.
It's a weird league sometimes, man. Like I don't get it. And obviously, like I'm not watching every single day, but I follow it. I know what's going on. And it seems like every other day there's some type of weird drama going into this league. Chris, why are you wearing a New York Yankees hat?
Oh,
it's really stupid.
I'm a Yankees fan. My wife, I need approval on this. Am I allowed to, as a sports fan? I'm a Marlins fan. My wife and her family, diehard Yankee fans. And last couple seasons,
okay, hold on a
she
second.
puts it
Your
on.
wife is a diehard Yankee fan. What does that mean? Is she watching the games?
She is watching. She puts them on. I would say, my wife, my father-in-law is a diehard Yankees fan.
Okay.
His daughters are Yankees fans. Yeah. My brother-in-law, like everyone's in my life is a Yankee fan.
Like if you're
my brother-in-law.
How about your uncle-in-law?
He is a Yankees fan. Yep.
How far do you go down
Uncle Ray.
down the family tree? Like, will you say this is my aunt-in-law?
No, it doesn't go much past brother-in-law.
Will you say it's my cousin-in-law?
No, but uncle-in-law in that family.
Uncle-in-law, it's Ray Romano, so I got to say that. But
is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah.
Zaz, you don't know about the lore of Ray
listen to our
Romano?
show? Do you listen to our show? It's very clear that this is the first time that you're listening to our show.
It is very clear that this is the first time that I've heard that, but this has not been mentioned in the year plus that I've been here.
Ray Romano
it's deep
is
lore.
first cousins with my father-in-law.
First cousins. That means their parents were
Sisters.
Yeah.
Mom and mom.
And also
sisters.
at a Tahoe,
yes,
Ray Romano struck Chris Cody with a golf ball.
While we were looking for Ray Romano to introduce him to Chris.
It was the celebrity tournament that we went to. We covered it a few times in Tahoe. Beautiful place. God, I love that place. I want to go back so bad.
he's Uncle Ray?
I call him Uncle Ray. He looks at me weird when I do it, but I've called him that.
You've met him?
I have met him a couple times.
Yeah. One of those times was when he got struck by a
I'm
golf
telling you,
ball.
the golf ball thing, though, now every time he knows who I am. He tells the story of hitting me on other podcasts.
Okay.
It's like one of his go-to. Like, I actually hit a family member of mine once. Didn't even know
so he
him.
does call you a family member.
Nah,
Yeah,
I mean,
he calls him a family member, but not Chris. He's guy I hit with a golf ball.
But my question is, am I allowed to just – and the Marlins, I mean, we were hot, but now they've lost 9 in a row. So it's
irrelevant.
What happened there?
Jeremy?
Injuries, hit a wall. Like
they
it is what it is.
But I'm asking you guys, is marriage an acceptable entryway into becoming a fan out of nowhere for a team?
Well, you have a natural out here because that's an American League team.
Right, so I get in one league.
In baseball, you're always allowed the fun
Now,
AL team.
the issue here is
And down here locally, you get Rays games.
Yeah.
That's why Dan's such a huge lifelong Rays
So we're
fan.
doing
He
that's
has to
my
go out of
AL
his way to
team.
purchase that package now, by the way.
Oh, really?
He has Rays.TV.
But it came with the heat.
No, not anymore.
Yeah,
he
in
used
the
to. He
package,
just
it was
got
like,
addicted to it.
I
And
don't
so
want Rays.
he told me that he told Valerie, I don't care what we have on our television, just make sure I have Rays games. That's it. This man watches more Rays baseball than anyone on the planet Earth.
It's really stupid.
A little caveat here, though, is my dad grew up in Boston. My dad is a Boston Red Sox fan. So I have always kind of grown up as the Red Sox being my American League team. And I'm kind of just punting on that and going with my wife. Does that make it worse?
It's a job for Judge Zaslow. My opinion on it, especially it being an AL team and not really competing with the Marlins on that level, you should always be able to adopt something that's hugely important to your wife.
And
as your own rooting interest, because you're also,
Yeah.
I imagine she's tried to make your daughter a Yankee
Fan. We're
fan.
fighting over all the teams. We basically have with my daughter, we're basically like, all right, she can have my wife's a Florida State fan. I'm like, she can be Florida State, but she's Dolphins and Marlin. You know, I mean, we're like negotiating my daughter's.
You don't want to do that to Graceland. Why give her Florida State?
I know.
Like, this is one of those that you put your.
It's
foot
one of the
down.
ones I had to give up
Really?
Because I'm not as into Miami as you are, so it was one of those ones I was willing to give her FSU, but I got the Marlins.
When did you make this decision? Years ago?
This was a while ago.
Yeah,
this
you
was
regret,
a few years ago.
You regret that one.
I do
pal.
regret it.
Well, the first thing I would say is I don't like you. I don't like you wearing the Yankees cap.
Jeremy says I look wealthier.
He does. He looks like he has more money.
I
maybe also an asshole, but
I would never wear a hat, a shirt of another team. You will never catch me
But it's
here.
my team.
You will
That's what I'm
never
trying to say.
catch. Well, no. You're determining whether it's your
Well,
team.
sometimes
you don't
it
even
goes
know.
with the fashion, but then I realize I'm not going to go down that road with you.
And you shouldn't either. Just because of fashion, you would wear another team's
like, this Rays
shirt?
hat goes well with this shirt.
I had a Pirates hat
No.
for a few years that I just love that hat.
I would never wear that.
What? It insults you if I wear a Craig Biggio throwback?
I would never wear that. I would never wear the jersey or a shirt or a hat of a team that is not mine. I
Well,
would never
sometimes
do that.
Dudes pop when you just walk into a room
No.
rocking a Craig Biggio
My
throwback,
team's
and
hats
it's
are
almost like like guys naming dudes. It's
No.
like you walk into a room and say, "Hey, Gosder Cherilis." Oh man, great!
No,
that's changed my mood. Gosder Cherilis.
If you wear a shirt or a jersey of another team, that means you like that team. And I don't like any other team except mine.
No, that's not what that means.
It is what it means.
No, it's not what that means.
It is what it means.
No, it means that this is a sick Baltimore Orioles shirt.
If I'm being honest, what I'm really angling for is if the Yankees make the World Series and my father-in-law buys us all, I want to go. I want to go on that trip.
Because you want your uncle-in-law to be there too?
Right, I'm just saying, that's a little angle that I know that if they made the World Series, my father-in-law would be like, we're flying up to New York, we're going, and I just want to get in on that trip.
But
so.
your favorite team played against this team in the World Series.
Yeah, I know. It's tough, and I grew up kind of hating the Yankees, but it's just went to a Yankee game. I don't know. I'm just kind of I'm in on it right now. I just want to be a Yankees fan. And Marlins are not good, so it's like give me something to root for.
What was that word?
They're not that good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think this is a play on. We can let Judge Zaslow rule, but enjoy the courting phase. Enjoy it. I'm courting in the NFL. Still.
You're a noted Bucks guy, though.
I'm a Bucks guy, and I think I lean Bills. That's my AFC team. I'm going to the first game at Highmark Stadium.
Nice.
Yeah, because I'd like there's like also some.
You're a man of the Shield, though.
I am ultimately, but there is, if you're a legacy Browns fan that's been displaced once before, you're familiar with the story that the Buffalo fans welcomed you in when you lost a team to Baltimore, and it's close enough in region. And in terms of like the story and the fandom, they took the Browns fans in, so it's a natural thing that I have where I lean Buffalo.
I need a ruling.
All rise. The Honorable Jonathan Zaslow now presiding with prejudice.
All right. Let me hear the case in front of me, Chris.
Is it acceptable for me to just become a Yankees fan out of nowhere?
Well, if I am correct in some of the evidence that I saw earlier, it's not actually out of nowhere.
It's true.
You do have reasoning behind it. It's you want specific familial benefits is what we're talking about here.
Can you marry into a team is the real question.
Can you marry into a team? My answer to that and my final ruling is no. You are guilty of bullshit fandom with prejudice.
So you got to have one team.
Yes, you got to
Across
have
all the majors and in college athletics.
Yes, you can't just
That's
decide.
weird for a guy that went to Santa Fe and likes the Gators and the Canes.
Okay, I never went to Santa Fe. I wouldn't even know where it is. If you held a gun to my head and said, "Show me where Santa Fe Community College is," I'd be dead.
I'm pretty sure you'd say Gainesville, where I went to college.
Is that where it is?
You know this. You went.
You cannot just pick up another team in the middle of your life. You're stuck with the teams that you're stuck with. You're a Marlins fan. Sucks, but you're a Marlins fan.
Even if they serve ice cream chicken
now
at their game.
Ice cream chicken.
Oh, the drumstick.
The drumstick?
I ate it.
Yeah.
Oh, that
man.
It's
Was it
why
good?
it's why I planned my trip to New York.
Can we see this?
It's salty. It's sweet.
Oh, that's
and then you're going to see here as I bite into it. It's like the drumstick. Me and my daughter, a little cheers. Nothing better. You bite into it here. Watch. We're going to get a little zoom in. The middle there. What
chicken?
The middle, what acts as the bone, is like a little cookie pretzel.
Oh.
A little cookie pretzel combo. A little crunch.
Some more salty and sweet.
Oh, I'm telling you, delightful.
How do they get the ice cream inside the chicken? It's really stupid.
I definitely wasn't on any gummies there.
Wait, pull up the still that's in preview right now. No. No. Go back. Yeah. No. No, wait, put it on main. Put it on main. Put it on main right now. Put it on main. All right.
Jarvis, zoom in.
Yeah. Roll it. Or just do whatever you want.
Good
Never
times.
mind. I'll just go fuck myself.
We were all enjoying one as a family. Fantastic. Good food at Yankee Stadium.
Was that your first time ever at Yankee Stadium?
No.
I've been there once before. It's fine. It's whatever. It's cool. Yeah.
It's just a bigger version of what they had before.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, whatever. Jeremy, have you seen what's going on? I figured this is something that would grab your attention. This is something we talked about weeks ago because it's been in the news where the Portland Trail Blazers owner, he's called Tom Dundon, and he's a real cheapskate. Now, his team, the Carolina Hurricanes, that's right, he owns the Hurricanes and the Blazers. They just won the Stanley Cup, and he, remember, put his entire family lineage on the Stanley Cup. That's right. His entire family was on the Stanley Cup. And it's not just other people who are looking at it saying this is a disgrace. Carolina Hurricanes fans were kind of appalled at this. And I mean, there's children on the Stanley Cup. And so he's been in the news a lot lately. But also before that, the way that he's been running the Portland Trail Blazers since buying them. And there are all kinds of rumors out there right now as well that he may actually be trying to move the team out of Portland. But before we get into any of that, I saw yesterday the Portland Trail Blazers have laid off a bunch of their broadcasters, all right? Including our pal Tom Haberstroh.
Yep.
I saw he was laid off from the television team. He's been like an analyst for a few years there. A bunch of their broadcasters were laid off, and longtime TV play-by-play man, legendary NBA broadcaster, formerly of the Supersonics for many years, but the last however many years as well for the Portland Trail Blazers.
A decade.
Actually, I think it was shortly. I think it was longer than that. No, because I thought it was shortly after the Sonics moved to Oklahoma City. He did not move with them, Kevin Calabro, and he did not move with them to Oklahoma City.
I see a 1987 to 2008 run with the Supersonics, but then called the Trailblazers games since 2016.
Okay,
so there was a little bit of a gap there.
Yeah.
I imagine might have been doing some national games or things
He
like
was.
that.
He was definitely doing ESPN
Right.
radio.
Yeah, he's great.
One of the all-time greats. They apparently lowballed him so hard on his new contract that he was quoted as saying, "It's not worth my time." And he left the team, not retiring, still looking to be a play-by-play man, which obviously if the NBA awards a new team to Seattle, he has to be the play-by-play man whenever that happens. But this is a legendary NBA play-by-play man. And that's not NBA. Like that's not NBA level ownership.
It's
if
awful.
you have to cut costs so much to the point that you are insulting an all-time great television play-by-play man, how did the NBA allow this guy into the league?
Somebody get these beggars out of here.
It's shocking. I mean, to lose him, they also ended up losing their radio play-by-play announcer. he wasn't retained after his.
They're going to wind up going
expired.
to a syndication, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean the fact that it's that they had his radio partner
I'm sorry,
left.
not syndication, simulcast.
Yeah, this is Neil Everett, who was doing studio stuff. You had Haberstro. Like,
how's it?
The overwhelming amount of overhaul that is happening with their broadcast really concerns me for the future of the team being in Portland. Like, Portland is a great basketball town. They love the Blazers, and we've already seen. It was an interesting point on the Emotional Basketball podcast. It's Ian Carmel and Zach Harper, and they were talking about this, and they were saying like, oh, there's probably some like financial analyst within the league that's looking at it and going like, if they move the team out of Portland, it's fine. The Sonics will be back there soon, and they'll all go root for the Sonics because it's the Pacific Northwest. Like all the Sonics fans became Blazers fans. That's not how it works. You have this regional identity tied to these teams, and for the NBA to allow a market like Portland that's been so passionate about their team for so many years to have this new owner come in.
Remember, this was also the owner who, wasn't paying the extra for hotel rooms.
And to decimate what it is that they've built and what it is that they're doing as a franchise and a fandom, to get rid of all of the feeling. Like, if we all of a sudden lost all of our broadcasters, like, broadcast changes happen. When teams go from one network to the next, right? Things change. But if Eric Reed, all of a sudden, there was new ownership with the Heat, and Eric Reed was just gone and lowballed, it would be a disaster.
Unless they offered
for the Miami Heat. It would be an absolute disaster.
Unless they offered it to you, though.
Oh, I'd take it.
Yeah.
But
Get
I'd
ready
be a
to learn
scab for
AI
sure.
Vin Scully.
No, but
Calling Blazers
the
games.
way that they've done this stinks, and it worries me that this whole threat to move the team from Portland isn't just bluster. That, like, this guy really might do this, and that would be, I think, a real black mark on the league.
It wasn't that long ago that was a thing down here that I used to be worried about, like with the Florida Panthers, because every year it's like, oh, they're moving to Quebec City. They're moving to Quebec City.
Hamilton.
Yeah. Whatever small Canadian town that can't afford to have a team, the Panthers were moving there.
Jack Edwards said that all the time during
Yeah.
Bruins broadcast. It really pissed me off. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
and that now it's obviously never going to happen now.
Never.
All right.
Original 7.
But that used to, it's the worst thing that could ever happen, obviously, to a sports fan. And I feel bad for Blazer fans. They're good basketball fans.
How do NBA owners and governors across the league feel about what he's doing, too? Because I
don't
feel like
know.
they're looking around being like, that's a bad look. Like, at least it's not us, right?
Some of them want to see how this works out.
I think that they're
not working out.
I think they're probably okay with it, because if he would be moving out of Portland, which is a small market, to a different market where maybe you can make more money, that's more revenue that the other owners share.
You say it's not working out. It's not like he isn't the exact same way for the current Stanley Cup champions. They operate that way.
What kind of mark did I say?
Black.
Yeah, but the NHL and NBA are two totally different
I
leagues.
understand. There's
It's like,
different standards, no doubt. They are different. One, there's ice on one. It's crazy. I'm aware that it's different.
Well,
but
and I forget who made this point, Mike, on this show a while ago when we were talking about this. The NBA player will be more vocal about team amenities that they don't necessarily have. The NHL player, you're not going to hear that.
no, you don't. I mean, I can't believe the Iceplex that the Florida Panthers played most of their existence.
Right.
It's crazy.
Where they're at now is pretty great.
It's incredible.
But
It
where they
feels
were
major
before,
league.
where they were before, it's pretty minor
No,
league.
it was dumpy.
Yeah.
It was dumpy.
Yeah, but the players are just like, it's a different culture.
it's a lifestyle thing that's in the NBA is so much higher because everything is done at a top tier. And, it
Well,
feels
and they
like,
make a ton more money.
There's also fewer players, though, too.
But also remember, Mike Inori was hired as their coach for like the cheapest
the
contract
old
ever.
1 year deal.
Yeah, 1 year deal.
But if you're
not only cheap,
With two
1
team- with
year
two
deal.
team
The one
options.
plus
How are you
one
supposed
plus
to
one.
earn? How are you supposed to earn the respect of your players if they know you're a lame duck?
Well, and your fans too, because Thiago Splitter had plenty of success over there, and
Yep.
it was a really good story. And if I'm a Portland Trailblazer fan, I was really excited about the proposition to watch that team grow.
And they were a good, fun team. Like, they were a good young
no, they
team.
He developed players. I mean, there was plenty of reason to get excited over there, and this does take the wind out of the sails a little bit.
Yeah, so anyway, do we know where LeBron's going yet? Have we got any news?
Still hasn't decided.
Chris?
What? There was also this other thing. We're here to clear up any sort of misinformation that's out there that I saw aggregated. That LeBron had made his decision, but then changed his mind, and then we're all back at square one. Are you familiar with that, Jeremy?
Yeah, I saw the report that said he had made a choice and backed away because
someone tweeted something
because he was mad at Silver. Now, there are the rumors that Chris did this, and he's the one that pissed him off.
Well, but how much goes to Chris and how much goes to Pat Beverly?
Yeah, Pat Beverly did say it was going to be that day too. There's been a lot of that. There's been a lot of like, oh, it's going to be today from idiots like Chris.
I did run into Pat Beverly in New York. I'm kidding. That'd be funny if me and him told each other.
You know what's the question we didn't ask you about New York?
What's up?
Your sister-in-law a Yankee fan?
She is. That's right.
Now I get it.
She's probably a bigger Yankee fan than my wife at this point, if we're being honest.
Oh. Send her a selfie.
Always do.
How do they get the ice cream inside the chicken?
All right, we're headed toward the MLB trade deadline. The draft just happened. There's baseball happening here in the second half, and we're headed toward a pennant race. So we've got lots to cover on this week's episode of The Pitch Clock. First and foremost, trivia is getting closer and closer and closer in the competition. Chris and I are neck and neck in our race toward the finish. So that's one playoff race that you want to check out. Ethan's got all the trivia for us. But we also have Kylie McDaniel. He is an ESPN insider. He's our expert for the week, and we're going to talk about who the next Connor Griffin is that came from this MLB draft. We've got a few major candidates for the MLB trade deadline, including one that may be headed to Dan's favorite team, the Tampa Bay Rays. Plus, we're going to figure out what the hell's going on with the Boston Red Sox and why all of a sudden they went from one of the worst teams in baseball to one of the best. And I'm going to ask if Dan was crazy when he said that the Brewers are going to beat the Dodgers. So we've got all of that and more on this week's episode of The Pitch Clock. Be sure to watch every single week, 3 p.m. on Thursdays on the Le Batard Show YouTube channel. We have a playlist. I'm done talking now. Pitch Clock. Go watch it.
Coming up this week on Mystery Crate, we are very excited. I'm back from New York. Jess lives in New York. We have 2 New York celebrity watches, one from myself, one from Jess. We talk about my trip, all the food I ate. We talk about movies we're embarrassed to say we've never seen.
Chris has a lot of great stories. We heard the best story of possibly the year.
Oh, my God, Rose.
From Rose, though, this
There's
episode.
never been a better story on
There's
this
never
show,
been
I
a
don't
better reveal. There's never been a better whodunit than the one we heard this week on Mystery
Audience,
Crate.
listen to me.
Listen to him.
You like a good story? Go watch that episode.
Go check it out wherever you can stream your stuff. YouTube, podcasts, everywhere.
I stole your heart, and there we go.
Mystery Crate, baby.
Stole something else.
Check it out.
In that these guys are doing a lot of media today, and I heard Zaz grumbling because I think that
Dan, I'm sitting at the table out there. You know, we're doing production stuff. I'm finishing my bagel. Tony's finishing eating. Tony gets a huge plate every morning for breakfast. If you're wondering all the money that's being spent here at breakfast, Tony has one of everything every morning. Okay, whatever.
What?
Yeah. I look at your plate, you got everything.
I got a little bit of egg, a little bit of bacon, and a little bit of potato. What's wrong with that?
Sausage?
No.
Yes.
Not today. Not today.
Anyway, he's finishing his plate. I'm finishing my bagel. All right. And I say, yo, I'm getting Bobby Portis today on Zaslow Show 2.0. And he says, yeah, I'm getting Bobby Portis too. I'm going to the arena. I go, okay, cool. What time? He goes, 2 o'clock. I go, I'm scheduled for 2 o'clock.
We're both scheduled for 2 o'clock. Guess who's going to get him?
Me.
I'm going to be in person.
I was a broadcaster for the Miami Heat radio network for 12 years.
What have you done for me lately, Eddie?
You've done nothing ever for
What
them.
are you talking about? I was just at Heat camp. Insane? You nuts, man?
I have 2 championship rings. I'm a champion
I'm
broadcaster.
trying to bring more championships over there.
He was a proud member of the junior Heat.
Okay, we'll see. I'm going to get him. They're going to give him to me before you. And you know what? It's going to be extra insulting for you because you're actually going to be there in person. I don't need to go in person. I'm going to be right here. And they're going to call me on the stream, on a video link. And they're going to give him to me before you. You know what? He's going to be on video with me. You're going to be standing next to him waiting.
If that happens, I'm
That's
going to
what's gonna
derail
happen.
the interview.
That's what's going to
I'm
happen.
going to derail the interview.
I dare you to do that.
Neither of you are going to get him if I ask for him.
Ooh!
No, but you're going to be here. Who cares?
If we're being honest here, since you joined the broadcast, team's on no winning. Okay, so I don't know.
They went to
about-
the finals my very first season.
Again, no winning.
You were an ancillary piece.
No winning.
They hoisted babies because
You
of
were
me.
an ancillary piece. Come on.
So I don't know what you're bragging about.
You were
over there.
behind Hewitt on the depth chart.
Okay, Hewitt. I only got to do it because Kirsten Hewitt left.
Do it, Hewitt.
Do it, Hewitt.
What do you think is going to be the end result here, Mike? Because
I already told you, wasn't a prediction.
And be like, Zazzle's going to get pushed back.
I don't think any of us get him.
That'll be a big surprise because they told me I got him.
I will 1,000% have him on Zaslow Show 2.0 today.
All right, Dan, I'm going to go get Bobby Portis.
No. Your appointment's not until 2 o'clock.
No, I'm getting there at 11:30. Doors open at 11:30. I'm going to be there right now.
You know what? That's just more time you're going to be standing around and waiting because you're going to be standing next to Bobby Portis. Waiting.
I'm telling you, call that Bobby Portis. I'm telling you, call him Bobby Portis. You're done, Portis. Somebody cut that for me.
Never
You're
happened.
dead.
How dare you? How dare you?
Hey, make sure you're not late. It's time for Zaslow's World Cuck Update.
I mean, I don't know what that was. Trying to do a World Cup update. What the hell are you doing there? I do have a few more things I want to say, Dan, as far as the World Cup is concerned. Now, because yesterday was the final round of 16 game. You know what comes next? You know what's next after round of 16?
I cannot believe how electric this World Cup has been.
It really has
So
been.
good.
All the we finally have the good matches that give life to this being one of the greatest tournaments of all time. We were missing those bangers. And Argentina in back-to-back matches give us instant classic after instant
The
classic.
Cabo Verde game was insane.
Against all-time African underdogs. They run up against the greatest player at the tail end of his career, still having enough for one last
Mike,
job.
let me tell you what. That 13 on Cabo, what a shot.
This is incredible.
Shot of the tournament.
Oh,
Did you see it
world-
bend?
And how about those fans?
Did you see
It
it
was
bend,
a
Dan?
literal movie.
It was crazy.
He runs into the sand,
Gets
finds
over.
his lady.
Boom.
That's how you end the movie, folks. That is
He was looking, and
unbelievable.
the security was like, no, go back. And he's
That's
like, no,
love.
no, where is she?
That's love right there.
She's got to know also to come down the stairs. What are you doing?
I'm the one who's doing this.
Your second topic, Zaz. Do you have another World Cup topic?
Well, I'll tell you what. All right, I don't know why you're saying it like that. But anyway, I have other things that I want to talk about. You know what? You can't take this away from me. I don't know if you saw this past Monday night.
CM Punk returns to WWE. After months away and all sorts of rumor and innuendo, he's not on the right side with TKO, comes back in his hometown of Chicago and beats Sami Zayn, whose title reign lasts about a week. Much fanfare in Chicago.
CM Punk related to Daft Punk at all?
No, not at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but CM
Daft Punk's good, though.
Not unlike Messi, later in his career, finding top form, his body looking incredible. You know what this might set up? Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk at SummerSlam.
Greg Cody Rhodes.
I'm
Hello.
going to SummerSlam. I want
There
to
you
talk
go.
about this.
Well done, Jeremy.
Your third topic,
Should've
Zaslow,
gotten the
of
laugh.
this World Cup update.
You know what? Actually, I'll allow you to call it that here because there's a movie that just came out that I want to watch. It's by our pal Billy Corbin. It's called God
That's
Forbid.
not just coming out. It's
5
the
years
most
ago.
popular documentary in the history of
It
Hulu.
just came out.
No, I mean,
Dan,
it was
you saw
several
the movie.
years
What did
ago.
you think?
It was excellent. It
Yeah,
was,
why don't you have a turn here?
It went.
You got a pre-screening?
It went deeper into religious power and cuckery than I've ever seen a documentary. I didn't get an advanced
How
screening.
cliche, a pool boy.
This movie, and distinctly Cuban pool boy. Like, just not actually a pool man, a very pool boy. A Cuban kid who's not fully grown up, who was having sex with the wife of Jerry Falwell's sons,
Spoiler
the
alert.
president of Liberty University, his wife, and he liked to watch it in a corner of the room while he was wearing very little clothing.
This is why it's called World Cup.
All right, get back in this seat here. Get back in the seat here that is a prominently featured seat. That concludes our first ever World Cup update. Excellent work by you.
I walk in, I put my stuff down at the table, I say good morning, a collective good morning to the 3 people who are sitting at the table, and Lewis just goes, "You have your hat today, right?" The fuck?
Nice hat, asshole.
Bald people.
Nice hat, asshole.
You have a hat, right?
Nice hat, asshole. Nice hat, asshole. Nice hat, asshole.
You have a hat, right? In order to disguise his baldness. You're bald. Zaslow wears the cap.
You're bald. I'm not into fashion. Bald people.
You're bald.
Nice hat, asshole.
What kind of way to greet me is that?
You're so bald that people are comfortable telling you upon greeting you that you need to do something with your appearance.
So you can't do the plugs and the dye. You got to pick one.
People aren't still doing toupees, are they?
Oh, yeah, they are.
Black, white. Does it hurt you, Jeremy, when you have something you want to talk about on this show, and this routinely happens, where you have something you want to talk about on this show, and everyone immediately tells you your idea is stupid?
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you care about work. You know, you
I care about a lot of stuff
You
that you
care
guys
about
don't
this
care about.
show. You try.
I try really hard.
Yeah, you do. I've noticed that. And a lot of times you'll have ideas, and everyone tells you that idea is stupid. Shut up.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I'm a volume shooter. I am the Dion Waiters of this show, where it's like occasionally it works. A lot of the time it's off back iron, and that's okay. I'm gonna keep putting shots.
Is it?
Up.
You know, the more I think about it, though, take a crack at it. Tell the story. Tell the audience.
You
what
don't
you were telling
let
us.
him do it, Mike. Come on, let him do it,
don't.
Mike.
No, I vetted this one because it's gotten to the point where
You
I
sure?
need to vet these.
Oh, that's not true. I have a lot of good
No,
ideas.
so like we're in the doldrums of summer. It's tougher to do sports content, especially live sports content, the way that we're doing it. It's a monumental lift, and you should be thanking us. And LeBron has not picked.
We're warriors
and
heroes.
we've done the LeBron thing, and there's no more World Cup, so you're getting more personality-driven things, which is why we discovered Zaz is a racist earlier in the
Yeah, that's
show.
right. Why don't we just go back to that?
So we were like talking about, all right, this is
Who else
tough.
has got
What do-
something?
what do
Zaz has
we were
racism?
playing, Greg Cody left us in a lurch. He was supposed to
Yeah,
be
he
here.
really- he's
Where's
really
he?
the one
Usually
hurting
that's a
us
pretty
today.
good default.
I mean, where's Dan? I mean,
so
geez.
Dan's not here. Limited cast. What do we talk about? Well, we got this Bill Simmons clip that we might be worth playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We should go to that.
And then I was like, hey, you got anything else, Jeremy? And Jeremy's like, well, I got a haircut coming today.
It's
and
true.
Normally I'm like, all right, wait a second.
So he's just giving us his daily schedule.
Yes.
There was a plot twist, though.
There's a psychological
I
element
heard
to
the
it.
story. Let's not tell the story.
You sure?
I heard the entirety of the story. And then, after hearing it, I looked you in the eye. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I press comms with Zaz's headphones. I'm like, hey, Jeremy has 2 topics that you can go to. The Bill Simmons sound and the haircut story.
Can I sum up his haircut story? I
Don't
can do it
please.
in like one
I
sentence.
said-
No, I'd love to. Can you recap it?
I said, don't go to the haircut story.
Can you do like an AI quick synopsis?
He was like, hey, I have a haircut scheduled today, but I thought maybe I shouldn't get it. Maybe my hair looks good. That was the topic.
That's not quite how it went.
That's something
but that
you
is
thought-
kind of how AI would
That
sum it up.
is- That is pretty freaking accurate.
I mean, DraftKings pays a lot of money for this content. That's something you thought was worth their money?
Hey man, I'm a team player. I'm just trying
add,
to help.
Add some color to it. Go ahead, tell
All
them
right,
what you
want-
told me.
All right, so what happens is, you know, I'm very specific about my hair. I want it to look a certain way, and I do want it to look a certain way, whether
What do you
that's
want
the
it to look a
perception
certain
or not.
way? How many options
I
do you
like
actually
it
have?
being cleaned up, and so you know, like it kind of around the sides. You know, I want things to. I don't do a fade anymore. Mike and I, we talked about this on the air. Like, you don't want there to be a fade the same
How is
way
this taking this
that
long?
there used to be, and so
Wait, we
you
don't
know,
fa- we don't fade
now I
any-
do.
we don't fade anymore?
Nah, now we do like
No,
a
no,
scissor
no.
cut
Buddy, we
in a
always
different
fade.
way. It's a different thing.
There are portions where the fade's gone. Go. Continue
Yeah,
with
we're
your
having a
boring
different
ass story.
conversation.
You know about that low taper fade?
I get one today, 4:30.
Oh,
At my
Tony, you have a
barbershop.
haircut too?
Yeah, but I'm gonna get mine, and I always think that.
No,
mine
I'm
looks
going to
good.
get mine too. All I was talking about is there's sort of a psychological thing that happens with me, which is that I'll schedule my haircut, 7 to 10 days out, because I'm like, I can tell it's about to turn the corner of being the length that I'd like it
Tell
to
us
be.
faster.
But it's it's growing a little bit longer, and by the time I get to the haircut, it's going to be long, right? And so, I wore hats the last few days. I don't know if the audience noticed that, but I was wearing hats because I'm like, I don't like the length of my
make
hair.
a note of this for
but
the
I woke up this morning, and for the first time in almost a week, I was like, you know what? I think my hair looks pretty good. It's finally reached the length where now it's grown out enough to where I'm like, oh man, I don't know. And I feel like every time I have a haircut scheduled, psychologically, I end up tricking myself into thinking, oh, wait, no, it's fine. And I don't know what that anxiety is. Can you relate to this, Saz?
While we're telling interesting stories,
haircuts?
I have lunch today.
I put my garbage out last night.
I cut my fingernails.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I had you as a biter.
Psychologically.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because I'm going to clear something up then if you had me as a biter, I'm going to clear that up right now. My right hand to God, I've never bit a nail in my life.
That's a lie.
Even when you were a kid?
Never. I think it's incredibly foul.
This won't shock anyone. I'm a biter.
Nope, never.
All 10.
I have never bit a nail in my life. And you'll notice I keep my nails very, very short.
What about your toenails?
I've never bit those either. Is that a thing? Do some people bite their toenails?
Some people are flexible enough.
I'm pretty sure that Greg Cody I don't think he can anymore. I'm going to text him. I think he used to bite his toenail.
Chris used to be able to put his foot by his mouth. I don't know if he still can.
I want to see it.
Oh, God.
What
That's
the
crazy.
Fuck? How did you do that?
Oh, my God. It's really stupid.
He did it. He's hurt. He can't come tomorrow.
It so
It
easy.
was crazy how quick that thing got up there.
He's not acting.
It's really stupid.
Look at that. Jeremy's sorry physically hurt.
You shouldn't have done it.
Go to the Simmons topic.
I have never bit a nail ever. I'm glad you brought that up because I think that's gross.
So in closing.
We don't have garbage cans in my neighborhood.
You don't have garbage cans?
No, it's just garbage bags.
You can just throw garbage bags in the front of the street?
It's actually kind of nice because you can create more garbage than you would if you can't fit it in
So you want more garbage
right?
in front of your house?
No, it seems like a really nice neighborhood, dude.
No, it's great. You don't keep it out. I mean, you don't keep it out. You just
know what?
hide it away in the garage.
Chris, you all right?
I'm doing the ass stretch right now. You know that ass stretch?
Yeah, it's a good
stretch.
Yeah.
No, I don't know
Put
about
one
that.
leg up
Zaz,
on your
you know
knee,
about that ass
you kinda
stretch?
sit.
Oh, no.
That really
I thought
hurt.
you would know about that ass stretch.
No,
So you don't know if you should get the haircut.
So you're going to get it or not?
Yeah, of course I'm going to
Well,
get
won't
it.
it? You know what? Follow up tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to see it. It's going to look good. Hair's going to look good.
Let's get to the Bill Simmons sound. So there are some people here, I won't name names, although they did just tell a terrible haircut story. There are some people here who believe that Bill Simmons is what is it? It's like subtweeting, right? What's
Pretty
the word?
directly attacking us.
Yeah.
You think this is
no,
about
I don't
us?
think it's
Oh, yeah.
subconscious.
Sub-potting. No, I said
It's about me and
sub-potting.
you.
Yeah, where Bill Simmons is being critical here of Miami sports media, but there are some people here, again, not going to name names, although they did just tell a terrible haircut story, who believe that Bill Simmons is talking about us here.
There's two reasons I think it would be fun if he went to Miami. One is that I think that's a terrible fit of all those guys together. And two, they're annoying fans. They're even more annoying media will be going nuts that they think they're going to win the title. And it's going to be really fun to watch that crash and burn. So if he
More
goes there,
annoying media.
great.
A little shot this there. is my favorite. What a hater.
It's not an annoying media?
He just-
What are you
he
talking
just
about?
slipped that in
It's
there.
the most annoying media. They know
Simmons
it.
is a hater. This is my favorite version.
It's
They
Summertime
know it.
Simmons.
They
They know it. That's the only way they get attention.
It's the most annoying media?
I mean, come on. You're in Boston media.
I don't agree with that. It's really stupid.
Please.
The most annoying media, but anyway.
It's up there, guys.
But you believe that he's talking about us. I don't, because
Us being the Le Batard Show.
Yeah,
You think
yeah.
like this is on the front lines.
I don't think that's what
It
he's
is
doing.
shots fired at the Le Batard Show and not Heat media as a whole.
Do you believe that? Because I don't.
I think he's thinking about us as part of it, but
Yeah.
Heat media is beyond the Dan Le Batard Show.
Right.
Yeah, of
Heat,
course.
Heat
Of course
media
it is.
Heat media in general, Heat sports media in general is something that other sports media do reference as being annoying, as being soft, as being mouthpieces for the franchise. Like I could tell you specifically, I listen to SiriusXM NBA radio every morning on the way here, and it is a known They make fun of Miami media all the time. And they'll even name people in Miami media, and they make fun of them.
But is it that one show?
I do think the carrying water for the franchise thing is a fair bar.
I think it is too.
It's totally fair.
I think it is too.
Look at me. I'm on the outs because I keep it real.
I don't think he's. I think you're being a little bit sensitive.
You think I'm being sensitive? We put up a banner of his face when we landed Giannis. You think that he's not talking about this show when during the 2023 run and we were printing out his face and putting it everywhere, we know he felt sensitive about that? Like, come on.
I don't have main character syndrome here. I think he's
I
talking
always
about
do. I told you a story about getting a haircut.
I think that's a little bit of what's going on there. I think you got a little bit of main character syndrome.
But it is lacking in self-awareness because if it ain't us, it's certainly Boston media. And
Right.
It is funny to watch them reckon with their counterpunch to what Twitter started. And they've had a horrific offseason in Boston. And now the cherry on top is the Miami Heat getting LeBron James. And I do think part of what's happening here is we've reached the point where, man, remember all that juice that the big three had? How much we hated them? Like that's
How much they hated us, which fueled us even more.
Like it's become a nostalgic feeling. I'm like, they're like, that was kind of awesome having that hate.
Bring that back.
And it's not an open and shut thing the way that the Miami Heat were before. You're talking about three guys in the prime of their careers, and you have a roster that even if they add LeBron James, while I become full homer mode there, and I like their chances in the East, it's not a foregone conclusion. There's plenty of teams in the East that feel like they have a shot, but the same old hate. I think it would be I honestly
This has
think
been our summer.
The best thing that could happen to the NBA is LeBron going to Miami. I think that is the most interesting.
Okay, hold on
out
a
of
second.
all the possibilities. Golden State would also be interesting.
Okay,
for
how
different
many? How many
reasons,
are
but
we
that's
stacking
West
them up
Coast.
against?
Philly's interesting.
Okay, how many are we including? So Miami, Philly. Who else are we including?
Golden State.
But the Philly,
Golden State
the
and
Philly
Cleveland.
Boston
And
thing
Cleveland.
remains interesting, and just adding LeBron to that is extra because the main thing there is Jaylen Brown versus Jason Tatum.
Yeah, it's almost less interesting if LeBron's there in a way because it's Brown versus Tatum and that's it.
Can I? Okay, let's go one by one here. Is LeBron to Philly? I think we could all agree would be super interesting. Although I would tell you, I think there's 0% chance.
But does the league need that? I don't think so. The league doesn't need that. They have that story there. To me, out of all the options, we've seen him do the return to Cleveland. He ended that perfectly.
So you don't think LeBron to Cleveland is that
I don't think the
interesting?
LeBron to Cleveland, the second go-round with a less formidable team.
I think it's interesting.
It's just like it feels like the end of something, and it feels like a sunsetting. Now, they'll compete, no doubt. They'll be in that conversation.
I think it's interesting if he can once again get them over the hump.
I'm not saying it's not interesting. I'm saying it's not as interesting. I got that on the Bron stand.
LeBron to Golden State? I don't think it's so interesting, to be honest.
I think LeBron to Golden State is interesting. And the only
I don't
thing
think they'd be that good.
I think what works against them is the strength of the conference. And we've done the LeBron thing at 10 p.m. starts, and I do think it's hurt the league. I do. I do think that the East Coast bias thing is real. I know I've watched less of LeBron, and I've been watching less NBA as a whole, and I think part of it is because I'm not staying up till that time.
Yep.
So I'm not getting up. While it's exciting to see LeBron and Steph play together, I'm kind of in on that story. Yeah. And those two old war dogs trying to go in the Draymond element. I do think that's interesting, but it's silver medal. To me, the most interesting thing, get him back in the East Coast. Get the nostalgic feeling of hatred. We've seen him do the return to Cleveland thing. Now do the return to Miami thing.
People would not hate LeBron to Cleveland. Would people hate LeBron to Golden State? Because we hated Kevin Durant to Golden State.
No, I think that, but it's different. Different stages in the career.
Okay.
I think that people
most people would think it's fun.
Yeah, most people will be like, that's kind of fun.
Would people hate LeBron to Philly?
No.
It just feels
getting
crowded.
the impression
It's
no.
crowded.
It's crowded in Philly.
It's crowded, and it's not something that the league needs. If anything, it dilutes what is now a good storyline for them.
You have
which
5
is Philly
storylines
versus-
just in Philly by itself. You have Embiid, you have Max, you have Edgecombe, you have Jaylen Brown against Jason Tatum. Like, what do you need to throw LeBron in there for?
Will people hate LeBron to Miami?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They
Big
will learn
time.
to.
They will feel it again.
Yeah, we'll get all the old feelings. We'll start hating local writers.
They
down
will
here.
hate it.
I know. I'll rise to the occasion, no doubt.
Would we reignite the heat index.
Haberstow's available.
That's right. Is it? You're telling me that's a coincidence? You got the LeBron YouTube live stream that pops up, and you got Haberstroh, who was let go by the Blazers. Coincidence? Heat index. Maybe.
Makes you think about this league, huh?
Tony, you got a top 5 for us?
Got a top 5 for the week. We've been talking about things to introduce people to that make you feel good. I've got a top 5er.
Okay, so top 5 things you like to introduce people to make them feel good.
Here we go. You ready?
Yep. I love these lists.
I do. I like it too.
Number 5, pepperoni and pineapple pizza.
I like it.
I've never had it before.
Okay, I'd love to introduce it to you. You get the spicy of the pepperoni. You get the sweetness of the pineapple. You put it together. You eat it. It's better than a Hawaiian. It's better than a natural pepperoni. It's great.
You're saying the additional saltiness makes the pepperoni better than the ham? Because I haven't done this combination.
Yes. I call it the spicy Hawaiian.
Are you a big pineapple guy anyway?
I like pineapple. I like it.
I had a girlfriend in college who wanted me to drink pineapple juice.
Did you?
Just for, reasons.
Hell yeah.
Did you?
I did.
Good for you. Pineapple and pepperoni pizza, my best combo. So I love introducing that to people. Whenever we're at the house watching a game, hey, we're in orders of pizza. Great. Get pepperoni, get pineapple. You'll
just try
thank me later.
Just try it.
Just try it. That's all I'm going to say.
Is there anything better than a you'll thank me later and then the thank you comes in?
Yeah, they're like, wow. So my father-in-law used to be a Hawaiian-only guy, and I told him, look, elevate it a little bit. Put pepperoni on instead of ham, because ham is not salty enough. It's not spicy enough. Once he had the pepperoni.
Spicy Hawaiian.
That's all he gets now.
I'm going to do
spicy
this.
Hawaiian.
I might do this tonight.
Do it. It's delicious.
Where would you get from?
You can customize your orders.
No,
I got a local shop.
Where
that I
would
like.
you get from?
There's this place called Manhattan, Chicago that I like.
Oh,
their
good
Hawaiian.
spot.
I like their Hawaiian, so I'm going to try it with pepperoni.
Do you ever do the chains?
Yeah, sometimes I'm in the mood for a chain, and it's usually lunchtime pizza, not a dinner time pizza.
We don't have any chains attached to the show, right?
No. I don't think so, but I do
Pizza
like...
Hut's my favorite.
Really? I like
yeah.
Domino's.
You've mentioned that. I'm a
Love
Domino's man.
Papa John's guy.
I'm a Domino's guy.
I love Pizza Hut.
Don't sleep on Whole Foods pizza. Delicious.
I don't got the juice.
It's not like Costco.
I don't got the juice.
Costco pizza?
$12.
Whole Foods. Somebody get these beggars out of here.
That's what I'm saying. Number 4, Bad Bunny music.
Really?
Yeah, you run into many people that don't know him?
I mean, there's occasional people in my life that don't listen to him.
Really? He did the halftime show.
I know, but some people don't listen to him, and I like putting on a song, just throwing it on. Obviously, he has a very distinct voice, and people know his voice. But when they hear the music, they're like, "Oh wow, this
New
is Bad
spin
Bunny."
on an old classic. Explain what Bad Bunny is saying to them.
Well, they usually speak Spanish so they can understand.
No, that's nonsense because people that can't speak Spanish don't understand him.
Selfie. Say cheese.
There you go, nailed it.
I will tell you though.
There's a lot of songs about eating ass.
I will tell you though. Back a few years ago, WWE Backlash. That was one of their PLEs.
Bad Bunny.
They did it in Puerto Rico, and Bad Bunny was in the main event. And for his intro is one of his songs. Holy shit.
Booker T?
So That's one of my favorite matches ever.
Chambea?
It's an you're gonna say names of the songs. I don't know the songs, so I can't tell you if you're right or not. But I know that it wasn't Booker T.
I think it was Chambea.
I think it was Chambea.
And
too.
this crowd went apeshit. You wouldn't believe it.
Well, you figured at that point you knew he was the biggest artist on the planet.
Unbelievable. I'm telling you, you can go out there and YouTube Bad Bunny entrance WWE, and you're gonna be blown away. Blown away.
I am learning a lot about the benefits of pineapple juice right now.
Yep.
Improved blood flow. Improved sperm health.
Yep. There you go.
Improved stamina. Wow.
And there's another byproduct.
Number 3, obscure niche memes.
Like what?
I love. Oh, I
Go
can't.
niche.
Yeah, I go niche.
It's a play on.
No, I go niche.
I go niche.
Yeah.
It's niche.
No.
Niche,
Okay.
right?
Or agree to disagree.
I mean,
Obscure niche memes. I love doing those.
Niche is crazy.
So I like sending them over to people.
Niche is too close to the other word.
Yeah, but I don't care about that word.
But what about
what?
What about like the breakfast pie that's spelt with a Q? Do you call it kitsch? Yeah, it's quiche.
all right, but those are different words.
different-
so one is
it's a completely
nothing
different
to do with
thing.
the other.
Great point.
There's no Q in it.
It's
It's a
rooted in
completely
French.
different
No,
word.
they're both rooted in French. Yeah. It's not. You go niche.
Number 2, watches I don't own. I love telling people about Audemars Piguet, and I'm like, yeah, that is $250,000, and I will never own it. But I'd love to show you it.
Somebody get these beggars out of here.
Zaz, you know about that Royal Oak?
You see the watches at Gary Streisky's wedding? He put this out. He put a video of like going around to everyone at his wedding and showing their watches.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of rich people there.
I've seen a lot of those. I love showing people that don't care about watches all the expensive watches there are on the planet.
God,
and they're like, wow, this is the third one you've sent
say
me.
watches and not pieces?
Number one, I love showing out-of-towners Flannies and their staff. Nothing better than come to the Kendall Flannies. You'll thank me later.
They
And
got
then
a
all of a
good
sudden,
staff.
And then all of a sudden, Ami wants to
They
put a
got great
zip line.
staff?
They got great
You weren't there?
staff.
I mean, I haven't been to that Flannies,
Oh,
but
you
there's a
haven't been
Flannies near me in Davie.
Oh, I don't know.
Do they have a great staff?
I would never go to that Davies.
They got a
I would never go to
great
that Flannies.
staff.
They got the kind of stuff
Tony,
I love.
what's the watch I could get that if people see it who know watches will be like respect?
How much you want to spend?
That's what I mean. I want the cheapest watch
You can
that
buy
people will look at and be like,
You can buy an Omega Speedmaster for like $5,000.
Oh, I was thinking 500. I was like, okay, I'm in.
Somebody get these beggars out of here.
You know, the whole introducing people to stuff you like, that was my idea yesterday. That was a good idea.
It was.
I could do that sometimes.
Yeah.
The haircut
Occasionally.
thing.
Haircut,
not as
like,
well.
Guy said
that was-
500.
It's really
soft.
Guy said
500 what? A 500 what?
500.
A 500 what? Make sure to get it in.
Don't do it.
Oh, come on, Roy! Ah!
You're all waiting.
Black.
All right, we're headed toward the MLB trade deadline. The draft just happened. There's baseball happening here in the second half, and we're headed toward a pennant race. So we've got lots to cover on this week's episode of The Pitch Clock. First and foremost, trivia is getting closer and closer and closer in the competition. Chris and I are neck and neck in our race toward the finish. So that's one playoff race that you want to check out. Ethan's got all the trivia for us. But we also have Kylie McDaniel. He is an ESPN insider. He's our expert for the week, and we're going to talk about who the next Connor Griffin is that came from this MLB draft. We've got a few major candidates for the MLB trade deadline, including one that may be headed to Dan's favorite team, the Tampa Bay Rays. Plus, we're going to figure out what the hell's going on with the Boston Red Sox and why all of a sudden they went from one of the worst teams in baseball to one of the best. And I'm going to ask if Dan was crazy when he said that the Brewers are going to beat the Dodgers. So we've got all of that and more on this week's episode of The Pitch Clock. Be sure to watch every single week, 3 p.m. on Thursdays on the Le Batard Show YouTube channel. We have a playlist. I'm done talking now. Pitch Clock. Go watch it.
Coming up this week on Mystery Crate, we are very excited. I'm back from New York. Jess lives in New York. We have 2 New York celebrity watches, one from myself, one from Jess. We talk about my trip, all the food I ate. We talk about movies we're embarrassed to say we've never seen.
Chris has a lot of great stories. We heard the best story of possibly the year.
Oh my God, Rose.
From Rose, though.
There's never been a better story.
There's never been a better reveal. There's never been a better whodunit than the one we heard this week on Mystery
Audience,
Crate.
listen to me.
Listen to him.
You like a good story? Go watch that episode.
Go check it out wherever you can stream your stuff. YouTube, podcasts, everywhere.
I stole your heart, and there we go.
Mystery Crate, baby.
Stole something else.
Check it out. That's right.
That's right.
It's Thursday Thunder, and it's presented by DraftKings Sports. DraftKings, the crown is yours. And we got a good one today. I will be delivering jujus. These are not my picks, so you can feel safe betting this. Not my picks. I'm terrible at this. Parlay, 3-game parlay. We're going to go to MLB because what else do we got to bet on right now? Major League Baseball, the Cardinals. They got Michael McGreevy. Apparently he's on fire on the mound. Juju's going with him to win against the Diamondbacks.
4 straight good starts for him.
The Tigers have Troy Melton on the bump.
That kid's a stud.
Going against the Royals. He's got the Tigers to win that game. And the third leg of our parlay, Tyler Tolbert under hits, runs, RBIs. Under a half of hits, runs, and RBIs. This guy apparently a month ago reached base like 12 straight games, and now he can't get on base.
12 straight times. 12 straight plate appearances.
Much more impressive than 12
It was
straight
the
games.
record. It tied the major league record.
And yet now he has been absolutely dreadful, so I like taking the under there.
So we got a plus 335 parlay. Cardinals, Tigers, Tyler Tolbert under.
Zaz, it makes me think of a situation that I brought up to the show a couple of years ago, and I want to get your take on it.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine a baseball player who goes 1 for 4 for every game in his career in a 10-year career. Does he make the Hall of Fame?
Well, yeah, because he would have a consecutive hit streak. You know, he would pass DiMaggio. He would crush DiMaggio.
But he only bats 250.
But DiMaggio only did in 56 games.
But every time there's a game, he gets a hit.
You're talking about like 1,100 plus hit streak.
It's the greatest achievement in the history.
100% a Hall
Not
of
even
Famer.
just sports.
Yeah.
The world.
But he only hits singles. He has no RBIs. He has...
You realize how high a 250 batting average is today?
Today, yeah. But
If you get a hit every game of your 10-year career, you're a Hall of Famer.
It's going to, like, Good Morning America. Michael Strahan's going to be like, he did it again.
I agreed. That's why I brought it up.
Does he walk
He
at all?
did it again.
Doesn't get walked. He goes 1 for 4 with a single.
1 for
Hoda's
4
gonna
with a
be
single.
like,
Every
did it
single
again.
game.
His OPS would be absolutely dreadful.
All his advanced analytics would be terrible.
He'd be one of the worst hitters in baseball.
Kelly Clarkson's opening up every show with it.
Do I
It
disagree?
becomes a global sensation.
At what point does it just become boring?
He would
No,
definitely-
it's remarkably impressive.
There's going to be a couple over threes in there, like, oh my God, the world as we know it is about to change
They're
forever.
breaking in
Little
live
blue-
to college
blue
football.
He would definitely get invited on the Jennifer Hudson show and do the tunnel.
You'd do the tunnel.
Ooh, yeah, once he got to 57. And that's what they would chant.
That'd be- it'd be
250's on the show today. 250's on the show.
57 would be the first 57 games of the year. It'd be just like boom, 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 and then 58. How long do you do it after 58?
Depends on the team.
He'd be dating celebrities, never paying for
Never
a
gets to
meal.
3,000 hits though.
Be
parlay
drinking
it
a
to
lot
no
of
home runs.
Pineapple juice.
A lot of pineapple juice.
Yep.
He doesn't get to 3,000 hits?
No, because he plays
God.
10 years. He's 162 hits
Yeah.
a season.
He's only playing 10 years.
Right. He gets
Woof.
1,600 hits.
Wait, he's only playing 10?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he? Wait.
He
gonna-
walks away from the game.
He's going to walk away from the game.
Yeah.
Because certainly there's going to be a team like, let's get the guy that gets a base hit every
A
game.
1,600 game hit streak.
Yeah, that's the only thing he has though.
It's probably the greatest feat in the history of sports.
This is
No,
basically
the world.
a really extreme version of do you want Luis Ariz? Because teams every year are trading this guy away, even though he's always at the top of the league in batting
Yeah.
average, but it's because he doesn't hit a lot of home runs. He is a little bit this year. He's a guy that Dan's Rays might be aggressive and go get. Luis Ariz. Also rumored to go after Tarek Skubal. We're going to do a live show at Game 1 of the World Series in Tampa for Dan.
When you say we, do you mean you?
I mean we, the collective. All right, second bad idea of the day.
So we all love Robert Pattinson's performance as Antinous.
Love some Bobby
in
P.
The Odyssey.
Haven't watched it and I love it.
Yeah, that shows you how good the performance is. Is Robert Pattinson? Is he officially out of the that's the Twilight guy phase
he's been
of his
out
career?
of that.
Because it seems like he's like at the very top now of the food chain when it comes to actors.
Changed with Lighthouse for me.
Yeah.
That was such
And
a
good
I have
time.
Lighthouse on my queue. I haven't watched
You
it.
haven't watched it?
I have it on my queue.
All right. Add that to an OLI. Things I like introducing
It's
people
crazy?
to. Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
It's insane. I love introducing people to
I am
Lighthouse.
so excited for tomorrow's show to hear about your review of the movie
Okay, I'm gonna
and
watch it
Jeremy's
tonight then.
haircut. Like, what a show.
I cannot wait to show. I'm going
Why
to wear a
didn't you
hat.
show up?
I'm going to reveal it at the end of the show.
If LeBron picks a team, it'll be the third topic we address.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Lighthouse, it's a little nuts.
All right, I'm gonna watch it tonight then. Yeah, because it's been in my queue for like a year. Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
Have you seen Good Time?
No, what is that?
Oh, A24 with Robert Pattinson.
I love A24
Oh my
movies.
God, it is a disaster of a movie, and he's unbelievable in it.
Okay. Before we hand things over to Good Follow, do we have any polls for us to recap from today, Jeremy?
We do. We have two polls. First poll: is Lane Kiffin right? Are we all going to die? 87% of the audience says yes.
Black.
And the
Wait,
second poll?
Zaz, I have another thing I love introducing people to. Have you ever watched The Coffee Table? You don't even know it.
I don't know. What is it about?
I'm not going to tell you.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to tell you. Watch
Is this
The
like a
Coffee-
two girls, one cup thing? 'Cause I'm not doing that.
Depends what you're into.
Prioritize The Coffee Table. I know we just talked
What?
about The Lighthouse. You need, if you want, bring the whole family. Put on The Coffee Table. It's a foreign language film but it's worth it.
It's terrible.
No, just don't tell him what it's about. Don't Google it.
He's Googling.
Don't Google
I'm
it.
on IMDb.
Don't Google it.
I can't
Don't
just
Google
go in
it.
blind.
Don't Google it. It's
All
about
right.
a coffee table.
All right, it says it's available on AMC.
Yes. Watch it. Please report back to me. Tell me. Watch it with your family.
So it's subtitles?
Yes. But there's not a lot of dialogue in it. In fact, I don't remember a single word of dialogue. It's the words they don't say.
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, something happens around a coffee table that there are ramifications of, and there's a dinner party, and all of it is very awkward. It's a very tense film.
Am I gonna have a hard time watching it?
Yes.
Are you
So
gonna have
everyone has seen it but me?
I've seen of it.
enough?
I have heard Mike talk about it, and I refuse to see it.
Watch it with your family.
No, I'm not watching it
Yes.
with my family.
Hey, Tam! Mike says we should watch this together.
You go with Tam or T?
Tam.
Okay. Is it a huge gaffe to name it Other Mommy and not Other Mother? 82% of the audience says yes.
Black.
I don't care if the little kid exclusively calls her mother mommy, and it works for the film. The title needs to be Other Mother. They have time to change this.
Anything else, Jeremy?
Those are your polls.
Good follow. Next. Black.
Welcome to Good Follow Show, presented by DraftKings Sports. I am the kid Juju Gotti with my sister Trista Crick. How are you doing, sis?
I'm good, Juju. I'm here in Chi-Town. I'm ready to go. I'm waiting for you. All-Star Week is just about to begin, so let's get this show up and rolling, especially considering that we got the Bayou Barbie back in Chi-Town.
Hey, come on, man. Fresh off her injury. She could have came back Sunday. She rode that ankle/hyperextension. If this wasn't the Barbie back in Chicago week, she would have probably got back in there. Sis got people to see, places to walk in them hills. She probably back fully recovered for this run. But speaking of sis, last week, Sandy B, a.k.a. Sandy Brondello, stepped in it up, had a taste by calling Angel a protected species after Nayara Sabali, salute, was injured during a play. Let's break down this madness, man. After that, my sister Angel took to Twitter, put some gasoline on that species. Said, are we surprised with the clown face? Sis, what is our first thoughts on this?
I was shocked, Juju. I heard it and said, oh Lord, this is not
Oh, Lord.
good.
Jesse made another one.
And the Twitter response of "Are we surprised?" clown emoji is doing a lot.
Bruh, if anything my sister gonna do, it's gonna be a lot every now and then.
I was like, oh, wow. Are we surprised? Clown emoji, Juju.
Look, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Cause in reality, yes, Sandy's from down under. She's from Australia, mate. You did good day, indeed. But at the same time, this is America, Jack. I don't know what they call the N-word or use it for on Pluto, but here in America, it mean one thing. So I'm glad she hopped right out there and apologized multiple times. But yeah, bro, it don't matter. I know, I get it. But we over here now. What you think?
And not only are we here, we've been here.
You did.
We've been here. You won a title with Diana Taurasi.
Come on
when
now.
Diana Taurasi was in her prime, fam. So
Come on now.
You haven't been down under since I was in college, since I was in high school.
Talk about
Family. So I don't know, man. And I think the part that was tough is just like Australia in general doesn't have the greatest race relations brand. So I love Sandy. I think she was lost her damn mind, Juju.
Right.
Lost her damn mind.
You feel me? Temporary moments. They be happening. Insanity. My sis, though, like I say, she apologized profusely, saying, I used a phrase that I shouldn't have used, and I take full responsibility for that. My words carried an impact beyond what I intended, particularly for Black women in our league. That's all we can ask for at this stage. She stepped in the boo-boo. The boo-boo is in her Reebok right now. All she can do is try to get it off at this point. And this is a great attempt to get that boo-boo out the Reebok. What did you think of this apology? Was it enough?
Yeah, I think it was enough. I think it was kind of, conciliatory and understood that, listen, Black women have a hard time in this country. And I up. I should not have said that about a Black woman in this league. If I'm going to say it, I should be saying it about someone who looks like me. And listen, there may be no worse Black woman in the league, Juju, to say it about. Maybe Chelsea Gray on the heels of getting N-word sent to her inbox.
Talk about it.
But Angel is truly one of those players that when you say her name, every single corner of humanity perks their ears up and gets a little more sensitive. And I'm not even saying that people should not be sensitive about these words. Right. But in general, Angel elicits a higher level of scrutiny than any other player in the league.
Right, exactly. And when you mention Angel, every single syllable better have respect on it, no matter what. That's what we done learned so far. And my sister Sandy has had to learn the hard way. And unfortunately, the WNBA didn't think that apology was enough. They sat my sis down for a game. They were like, we ain't finna play that. And what you think about that? Like, did the WNBA do correct by stepping in?
I think that just shows what scrutiny Angel brings, Juju.
Yeah.
If there was anyone else, I don't think she gets suspended at all. I think on the heels of what happened with Chelsea Gray, I think right now the tensions are high. And so you need to say, listen, I don't know what it was down under, but right here, you can't call anybody a species.
Nah, we're not doing that ever. And on top of that, like you said, for people who don't know, bro lost his damn job and his mind hopping in Chelsea Gray DMs, calling her what he called her. Boy, you better be glad your job is all you lost. You feel me? And as well as what the ongoing stuff been going on with AT all season, DeWanna. Yeah, man, I think that it behooved the WNBA to step in and get this one right, because also before that, we heard rumors that Adam Silver had to step up and encourage Kathy, and a lot of goofball stuff happening right now. But after all the dust settled, this is what Angel had to say as a response.
Everyone, I'm sure everyone knows about the situation that happened last game, and I'm going to address this one time. First, I appreciate Sandy's apology, but I also appreciate the love and support that I have had for the last 48 hours. It has been very overwhelming with a lot of love and also other things, but I am grateful that the league did take action on what the situation had happened. There is no place for discrimination or hate in this league from anyone, from fans to coaches to players. And I'm just grateful that we are able to move on from the situation and just play winning basketball.
Exactly. The Barbie said we can move on now, and get what? We gonna move on now. You feel me? You did, like, let that be a great example though, no matter who you are, because I ain't never heard a word against Sandy in my life outside of the New York Liberty for some reason letting her go after bringing the championship to the city, neither here nor there. But this is the first time, man, when somebody with that stellar of a reputation still can experience the backlash of just one slip up. So let that be a lesson to everybody out there, man.
Facts. Juju, though, we got to pivot to the other end of the spectrum. And when it comes to a player that elicits a lot of emotion, last week against the Seattle Storm, Caitlin Clark recorded the WNBA's first ever 45 points, 10 assists, double-double, fam.
I like it, bro. 40, look, no matter how, look, people online saying she had 19 free throws. Well, look, she got to the free throw line 19 times. You did. That's what it's about. Don't talk my head off about how I got my points, because I got them. You did. But, and also too, during that game, she had some. I'm gonna keep the shine on the 45 points.
Let's
right
keep the shine on it. People are calling me a hater. What do we think, Juju, about Caitlin Clark in her villain era? I feel like we're getting more and more conversation around what she's saying to refs.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna get 45 after being a villain, if that's what it's gonna do to you, I encourage you to be a bigger villain. Then let's get 50. Let's go hard. Let's keep screaming at them, just playing. But at the same time, I think sis needs to sometimes realize that I'm Caitlin Clark. Like, not in that way that she be realizing it. She be realizing it, but in that one way. She need to realize, man, I'm Caitlin Clark, but I could be a little bit more gracious to some of these folks, because once folks see me doing this, and once little girls see me doing this, they're going to be doing this at the rec league, at the biddies, in they little, whatever town they live in, where their mom and daddy playing. They're going to be hollering at the ref just like this. So I don't think she should be so vocal and so vulgar with the refs, especially when a lot of them calls be questionable, man. I don't even be seeing them foul when she be seeing them. And the one with Chelsea Gray, the one with Kia Stokes, the one with she fouled Big Foe on the layup.
She definitely fouled Big Foe.
Can you imagine if that was her that got fouled? Bruh, credit to Big Foe. Big Foe just went and played some defense, man. And credit to Caitlin. She hit a big shot after taking the Fred Flintstone.
Thank you so much, Juju. Thank you so much. That was 5 steps. And it wasn't because of the gather. Okay? She wasn't still gathering. The gather had already happened.
Look, speaking of gather, for side note, if you see me or Trista or both of us in Chicago this week, walk up and tell Trista the magic word, which is gather is a travel. And if you see me walk up and say the magic words, gather is not a travel, and you will win a free jersey. I'm talking about WNBA official Nike guy. Don't forget the phrase that pays. If you walk up on us saying the wrong thing, you tell me what you're supposed to tell Trista. I don't know what to tell you, man. But if you see us, let us know and we got you. But, man, Caitlin, at this point right now, if she can somehow turn this into like a magical like rebirth, like, you know what, y'all? I have been messing up, bruh. I'm sorry. If she come out and do some sandy work, she'll have a whole new fan base, I think.
Or just drop 45 and 10 every freaking night and then scream at the refs all you want, and we'll see what we say. Because if you start putting up numbers like that on a night-to-night basis while Kelsey Mitchell's doing what she's doing, while Aaliyah Boston's doing what she's doing, if Sophie Cunningham is in her ring girl era where she's hitting 6 threes and talking crazy on the internet, on her podcast, like, this Fever team is a problem, Juju. They're putting up 100 every damn night. They're putting up 100. Yeah, they turn the ball over like crazy. Yeah, they foul like crazy. Yeah, they're little cones out there, little parking cones. They're putting up 100.
Right, bruh. They are. And it wasn't no slouch because we said they put up 100 and had to have late game heroics against them Storm. Storm been looking like actually awesome lately. You dig? We talked about them last week about they were making a lot of different questionable roster moves. What do you think of the Storm's recent slight success?
I mean, when we saw it when Dom started to do what she was doing, even against the Fire when she had an incredible game. Foe has been really a productive rookie on both ends of the floor. Like Awa is putting it together. And of course, we talked about Ezzy before. Now Ezzy out with a fractured damn face again. And we don't know when we're going to see her. And all of a sudden the Storm are a problem. The Lynx needed every single thing they had in their bag of tricks to beat the Storm. I like Sonia Ramon. I'm not so sure whether she's an elite coach, a good coach, or a mediocre coach, but this team has a lot of pieces on it. I like Zaya Cook. I like what she's doing. I like all the little role players that they have, Juju. They're spicy. They've got an identity. And I'm kind of loving what's happening here.
Bruh, you mentioned the coach, man. I ain't going to hold you. I'm going to give coach, I'm going to extend her some grace that I would like to have if I was in her shoes. But it's been a lot of those late game scenarios where I'm like, sis, because like on the shot, on the layup attempt with Big Foe, when she got fouled, no call, at least we got to burn a timeout right now to make sure. I learned that watching the finals in the Spurs. Like, let's get a sub in right quick so they can watch it in the back. They put the camera over there on her. She wasn't even motioning to look at it. She wasn't like, yo, do we got something? She was over there like, next play. And that's how you got to be mentally. But I don't know, bro. Late game scenarios, I'm not sure if she's done enough to make me understand why Noelle was out. Like, I know Noelle had a lot going on. I know Noelle probably had a lot of personal things going on with personal people, but I'm not in that business. All I saw was the dubs.
I'm not in that business. What we know is Noelle had some late game strategies. Her X's and O's were fantastic. We saw that in the playoffs last year. Speaking, though, of the Storm. Speaking of the Lynx.
Oh.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Nafisa Collier, Juju, set to make her season debut against the Storm. By the time this comes out, she will have already had it. She's on a minutes restriction. The Lynx are already the best team in the league. They're already a team that when they're peaked, defensively are good. They've been slacking a little bit on their pimping defensively. How scary are the Lynx about to be to you?
Bruh, okay. Have you ever seen the movie It?
Yes.
Have you seen Freddy Krueger, The Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yes.
Have you seen Friday the 13th with Jason, like the one he had the mask on the cover?
Have you seen Candyman?
Have you seen Candyman? I was talking about the bees all over his face, not stinging him not one time. Combine all of those movies, that's how scary this is. Because the Lynx already number one. You can't get no oneer. You did.
Can't get no oneer.
Now you got finna be able to, bruh. Olivia Miles, bruh, getting a new toy like this as a PG, man, the sky is the limit, dog. Like what they said, Biggie Smiles said that one the best. And the sky is the limit for them folks.
Yeah, they are really a problem. I'm hoping too. I mean, Nafisa Collier has always been a defensive player of the year caliber player. She's going to anchor the defense in a huge way. She's one of them ones. And scoring, she's going to get a lot of easy looks. She's going to get busy on the post. She's going to open things up for Dorka. She's going to make life easier for Courtney. She's going to make things easier for Kayla McBride. Kayla McBuckets has been like very sneakily one of the best players in the league, Juju. And nobody's talking about her.
Very sneakily. I'm talking about sis been on a tear. Other night I was watching, I ain't see her miss a shot until like the fourth quarter. I'm like, well, damn. Like, and it's so quick too. Over there, quick, out of her hands. I'm talking about shot. She catching in rhythm. You did. And Natasha Howard as well, already on the other block. How much post presence are you gonna need? They gonna have it. So I think it's championship or bust at this point. I'm gonna go ahead there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of, real quickly, post presents, we finally get Brianna Jones back on your ATL dream. You picked her up in fantasy off the scrap heap. I love that for you. But give me an unbiased opinion on Bree Jones.
Man, look, Bree Jones coming in at 15 minutes right now, minutes restriction, making an impact, immediate impact. We got breaking news. By the time this drop, we know it. But Nafisa Collier has scored her first bucket of the season. I'm talking about that quick. You heard how that quick was? We just got mumbled out of our mouth, Freddy Krueger. And damn it, soon as the dream ain't even over, 2 points already. But yes, Bree Jones, I think that, bro, she gonna make such an impact because not only is she ready for it all, Medina Olcott has been learning on the sidelines from Bree, from Angel, and she putting that together at the correct time. I'm talking about boy, oh boy. So I think the Atlanta Dream now, don't sleep on my dogs. I'm not saying we championship material right now. I'm not saying that at all.
Can you get out of the first round, though?
I'm going to get back with you on that one as well. I got to see how these rosters line up. As a matter of fact, yes, we making it out the first round this year. I don't give a damn who we play. And I know Phoenix ain't going to be there. I know that part. Now it's time to get to our DraftKings pick of the week. You dig? And when it be an All-Star week, we got to choose some All-Stars, man. Who we got?
On Teaspoon, I'm going to go and watch for Olivia Miles in the goggles, Juju. A rookie. We know she's going to be showing out, pulling up from Trey, some incredible dimes. I love some Olivia Miles. Tell me about who you're watching on Team Coop.
Yeah, man, on Team Coop, I feel like this is the first time my sister Dom Malanga gonna be on this big of a stage. And we saw Wemby when he was out there, what he did with that stage. I think Sis gonna try to dunk for sure at least a couple times, but she gonna be about them buckets. But I also think that we got Team Spoon taking home the W, man. This segment is presented by DraftKings Sports. DraftKings Sports, now available in all 50 states. The crown is yours. You did. And that's going to do it for this week's episode of Good Follow. Make sure to subscribe to Good Follow's YouTube page. All the social pages, I'm talking about IG, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you call it, at Good Follow Show.
And you know you can catch new episodes of Good Follow every Thursday on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Good Follow is brought to you by DraftKings Sports. We will see you next week.